What's going on, everybody? Good evening and welcome to Boom Talk. We've got Scully and Martin on call. What's happening, gents?
Good evening. How are we all?
And good morning and good afternoon. How is also everyone?
Yeah, should be all good. I'm all good. Ready to do this.
No, fantastic.
I see chat's keen as well, which is good.
We got we've got chat actually already starting up here already. Should we get started on some roll call here?
Do it.
Well, absolutely. I mean, of course, first and foremost, I do see gaming with Candy in there, the ultimate raider when it comes to BBTFRG rating. So let's give a big shout out to Candy there. And of course, Orion J. What's up, buddy? Welcome to the live stream as well. We've got a John Perkins sighting. What's up, John? How you doing, buddy? Of course, BBTFRG, giving the love, guys. Don't forget to drop those commands. Make the love, show the love. Of course, we've got Mike Hatch. What's going up, Mike? Welcome, Paulie. We need to make a Skull Crusher sticker. That's hilarious. Posse, how are you, buddy? I was actually pushing with you on Frontlines yesterday. It's good to see you, buddy. And Andro, happy birthday. Great to see you in the chat there. Donnie, what is up, buddy? Welcome to the live stream, guys. We got a Donnie sighting. Lamb, good evening, lady and gents. Good evening, Lamb. Welcome to the live stream. Apex Prey sighting. What's up, Apex? What is up, Apex? Welcome. We've got a Murrow Norm HD sighting. Welcome to the live stream as well. Let me make sure we didn't miss anybody. We've got an Alan Austin sighting. What's up, Alan? Welcome, K Lucas. Big shout out to K. Only me. Good evening, everyone. What's up, Only Me? Bendex. Welcome to the live stream, guys. Big shout out to Bendex. And Martini, what's up, Martini? Welcome. Ben Washbrook, we got a Remy sighting. And I think that's everybody. If I did miss anybody, I do sincerely apologize.
Yeah, no, I think you got them all. What's going on then, everybody? Are you all keen for some Boom Talk? I know everybody likes talking about Boom Beach, right?
Oh, we got a lot of good stuff to talk about. I mean, with regards, I know we're going to get into the heavy choppers eventually, but yeah, I think we got some good stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, What do you say was the highlight this month? Obviously, Boom Beach have put on quite a lot this month. We got 3 different protos, a couple of events, Warships. A few things going on. This month's pretty packed, isn't it?
This, without a doubt, honestly, has probably been one of the best TMOB. Yeah, this month on Boom. Yeah. You mentioned it already with the 3 proto troops, which is just let's be real here. Have we ever had three proto troops in a month before?
I don't think so. Not since they changed them from where you could buy the blueprints off the trader. Do you remember that?
Oh my God, those are OG days, man. Yeah. Yes, I do remember that because
back then when we had the first proto crab, we had all 3. That was the first time and the only time we had all 3 together back then. But
that's when we actually had to use, like you just said, we had to use we bought the tickets from the trader, and then we bought the proto troops from the trader, and then that's how we ended up using, I believe, the proto troops for the proto crab, at least for the first time around. Right. I could be wrong. I mean, it's been a long time for Boom Beach. I mean, aren't we going on 9 years this year?
It's 9 years this year. Yeah, this March. I think March 23rd, I think, is the 9-year
anniversary, the 4th anniversary, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, 9 years this year for Boom Beach, which is kind of cray-cray, right?
That's unbelievable. I mean, obviously, I know Clash of Clans is, was made before Boom Beach, so I think that one's got like another 2 years on it or something like that. But the fact that Boom Beach is still standing the test of time, going on 9 years. It's crazy. I mean, I don't even really know what to say to that other than, it clearly is a good game.
Yeah, I mean, for all of the hate that it gets, it's still going after 9 years, which says a lot, really, if you think about it. I mean, how many other games can you say that after 9-10 years are still going with a pretty solid fan base behind it? There's not many.
Well, it's definitely, I would say it's definitely along the lines of like Die Hard, not necessarily like cult-like, because I believe that it is, there's a lot of people that still play Boom Beach. It's not, it's not like 10 people.
Yeah. Apex in chat says Dr. V didn't work, so 2 proto troops.
Oh crap! Okay, all right. I missed.
Did he not work?
I didn't even. Martin, what the hell, fellas? We're slacking here.
They know more than us, chat. You guys are more up to date than what we are.
That's crazy. Okay, you know what? Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of Dr. V. I mean, he's pretty fun to do with like a warrior rush or like all riflemen. But that's good to know, man. Thank you for that, Apex.
We're just going to chat. What's going on, Digger? John Crystal, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the stream. It's Slackers. Slackers is right.
I don't know. I don't even remember Nunu telling us that.
Yeah, no, I think he rolled out. Well, he was available in game, wasn't he? He just, I think people think Dr. V doesn't work because all it is a movement speed. It's not an actual attack speed, is it? I don't think.
It's not like brick battle orders.
Yeah, it'll run from point A to point B quicker, but they won't shoot any faster, is how I understand it.
Didn't the last time that we did have Dr. Vitamin on Warships, wasn't his ability malfunctioned, or at least not working to its
so,
proper ability? I mean, I think it was only giving... I think it was only giving the healing, not the actual like speed boost factor.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But I mean, either way, I mean, we still have the heavy chopper, which also could have been the rocket chopper. And Aaron, I don't know if you saw this. Did you see in Slack what Nunu said? Sorry, Nuno. I gotta stop doing that. Jeez. Did you see how much heavy chopper won the vote? Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah, I can't see why not.
All right. Well, I mean, it was an incredible close vote, guys. So I mean, you're probably not going to believe how much heavy chopper actually won it over the rocket chopper. But anyways, I'll say it in a little bit here. I'll let you guys kind of think it out for a moment. But yeah, incredibly close vote.
Yeah, 51 to 49 in favor of heavy choppers.
I don't think it gets any closer than that.
Wow, was it really?
Yeah, I wonder what it would have come out as if it had actually been like 50-50. Do you reckon they'd let us have both, or do you reckon they'd have just picked one?
You know what? Considering how overpowered, and let's be real here, okay? I mean, like, heavy chopper is stupid overpowered. It makes overpowered troops look like, fill in the blank. I honestly don't think they would give us both. I mean, the fact that we've got heavy choppers for 1 week right now just to absolutely dominate, and everybody is getting destroyed by heavy choppers this week. I mean, whether you're using them or getting hit by them, they are absolutely everywhere.
One thing I've noticed,
I'd quite like to see them both together just once on the main base. I think that'd be quite fun. Can you imagine doing a funnel or task force versus task force with heavy choppers, rocket choppers? That'd be awesome.
You'd need more defense to combat it. But
of course.
one thing I've noticed since heavy choppers have landed is intel seems to be flowing a lot more freely.
Yeah, I bet.
Well, considering you just dropped them in drink tea or dropped them in forced clothes, I mean, it speaks for itself. I mean, honestly, it makes the Scorcher drop even easier, if that makes any sense, because when you're clearing your map with boosted Scorchers, let's be real here, you can clear a full map in like literally 5-6 minutes just by dropping force closing, opening the game and just repeating the process. You can do the same thing with heavy choppers, except I believe it is a little bit faster, because I mean it all comes down to the fact that each one of the heavy choppers is all pooping out, was it 8? I said 8 in my video. It better be 8, or is it 6? Do you guys know?
You get a maximum of 10.
Oh, you do? Oh, crap. Okay, so I was still wrong. So, all right, do the math right there. So you've got the damage coming from, 16 heavy choppers, plus the damage coming from 10 heavies inside each heavy chopper. That's 160 heavies. Now, throw in a Dr. Kavon with second wind where you're reviving those heavies as well. I mean, it is literally, it's an unstoppable meat shield. It's a tsunami.
Is it 8 heavies per boat?
I'm going to have to double check now. I'm more than positive. I think 6 is too little. I mean, if anyone in the chat knows, honestly, guys, let us know. But I'm just going to double check that right now.
Yeah, it's 8 when it explodes, I think. But you get 1 heavy every 10 seconds or something, and you get up to 10 of them.
7. There's 7 heavies per max landing craft.
I'm going back right now, just double checking my good old heavy chopper. But just going back to what Aaron was saying about, if Supercell was able to give us the heavy chopper and the rocket chopper for a week. Yeah, I know. I do agree with you, because I see what that combo does in Warships, and just, imagine what it would do to Main Island.
100%. Yeah, a lot of people are saying, I think John says it right, it's a lot of heavies, however many there are.
It's the equivalent of 22, it's the equivalent of nearly 23 landing crafts worth of heavies.
So, yeah, I mean, it's... Let's be real here. What in the game can stop that? I mean, unless you're setting up like 4 maybe, I don't know what, like 2-3 hot pots with a damage amplifier. You know, you get your rocket launchers and your shock launchers on good angles to maybe get them in a shock lock or something. But I mean, in all honesty, there's nothing, absolutely nothing stopping. Maybe an absolutely dirty resource base, because I'll be honest with you guys, I did actually get shut down on a resource base with a heavy chopper rush.
Apex says, can we talk about the lack of advancement in warships? Faster level up equals more fun.
Absolutely.
I think Warships is going to be on a lot of people's minds tonight, because it seems season 30 is, I don't know, beating a lot of people. I think there's a lot of people who are parking up early this season.
Well, I mean, I think I might park. I mean, well, no, I can't park. I mean, I would always like to park early, but I mean, I don't get far ahead enough early enough to park. So I mean, I'm always kind of forced to just grind right up to the end for go big or go home.
We all want to park early, but actually, when it comes down to it, you just one more battle.
Just one more.
And
then you drop out a diamond, and then you got to do 30 more trying to get back in.
But just going back to touch on that, because I mean, the good thing about this boom talk here, Apex, is I mean, it's literally everything and anything boom. I mean, you know, we've covered a range of topics over previous boom talk episodes. Warships, without a doubt, you know, is probably one of the most popular and in-demand things to talk about. So with regards to, you know, can we talk about the lack of advancements in warships, faster level up? So like, what more would you like to see on that end there? Because I mean, the newest things that I guess you can say we've gotten in warships with proto troops, what else?
Proto troops. There isn't much going beyond that.
It was a while ago, but Polly said this season in Warships has been epic. The tech tree was planned out perfectly. Do you agree, Skull and Mine?
Yeah, I'll take that one first there. Yes. You know what? I think the tech trees have been getting. I wish I've taken logs. I mean, I do have logs because I've got streams from all the seasons. But I mean, I've played so much ships in so many seasons that they're all kind of just like bundled into like just one massive warship. So, you know, if you were to like, you know, Skull, what are your thoughts on like season 24 or 17 or like, you know, 6? I'd be like, honestly, guys, I can't remember for the life of me.
Apex says more stars, which I actually don't like the new star system. I prefer the old one. But more
wasn't the old one? One was like 10. You get what? You get like you win like 2 or 3 stars a battle, and you need like 10 or 12 stars to get to the next rank or something like that.
I think you got 1 star or 2 stars for a win streak or whatever. But do you remember at the top of the screen you had your rank number where Trophy Row was, and then you had like the blank star slots next to it, and then as you built them up, they lit up, didn't they? As you built up towards the next rank.
Actually, I still have screenshots on my phone. Of what you're talking about.
But yeah, I preferred it when it was back then like that. But you know,
they made.
I think made it. We've got like, hang on, just quick. We've got both ends of the scale here in the chat right now. We've got Bendex saying, "I can't stop playing Warships." Bendex is one of our patrons, and he plays Warships more than mine, so he's banging into Warships. And then we got Hank in there as well saying, "Warships is too much strategy for me." So somebody doesn't play it probably very much, if at all. But I think, you know, that's the polar opposites. And I think most people are polar opposites. I think it's 3 different types of people who play Warships. There's the ones who like it and play it all the time and play it a lot. The ones who don't like it and don't play it at all. Or you got the ones who are just farming the chests for the intel and, you know, the diamonds at the end of the season or whatever. I don't think there's many people who can say that they're just, you know, I don't think many people think Warships is just okay. You know, like the main game. You know, they like the main game. It's interesting. It's Boom Beach. You know, whereas Warships is a bit more of something else. I think. I don't know what it is about Warships. I just don't.
I think for me the biggest difference, because obviously I've got 2 main accounts that I play with. One normally tech rides, one base rides, and then all my other mini accounts that don't have IT, I just chest collect. I just tick along for the extra intel to dump into the task force. Now, on those smaller accounts, you can't really get going. I hate saying it's a pay to win or a pay to play, but if you want to push, if you want to be leaderboard successful, you kind of need that IT. I mean, this season has been really expensive on diamonds for changing your proto weapons, your choice nodes, or more for the proto weapons, to be honest.
John's in chat saying, "Is it known what percentage of players pay for instant recruits?" that's a big factor in the game for play for Warships, which is kind of what you're saying there.
You know, I think a lot of people have tried to get that information in the past, like, you know, even John, other BoomTubers asking, you know, our community manager and just other people. But I think that kind of information is actually kept confidential. Because I would,
be. I mean,
I would love to know how many people play, but I have no idea.
It's a lot.
I can tell you this, you know, from watching other, you know, Clash of Clan YouTubers, Clash Royale YouTubers and whatnot, you know, back in 2016, in like May, June, July area, you know, for example, Clash of Clans had about 29, 30 million people playing every day. I think that was almost at its peak right there. I only know that because I saw it in the video. I'll try to figure out what video that is, just so next Boom Talker I can share it in BBTFRG
I think
Telegram.
I know what video. Is that the one that compares all the Supercell games?
Yes. And it was going into just pretty much how it was going back into how, like, you know, because Clash of Clans was making about, you know, a couple $1 million a day, you know, and this is, I only know this because, you know, this is from the video. I don't know if they're still making that kind of money. I know Boom Beach probably without a doubt is not making nowhere near that much.
I've got it here. It's called Brawl Stars versus Clash of Clans versus Clash Royale Supercell Games 2013 to 2020.
Yeah, that's actually a good video to watch, man. If you put that link up in the chat if you want. I mean, I'm sure some people would like to watch that there. But just going back to that, John, no, it would be great to know, but unfortunately, we do not.
There's an interesting comment there from Uplift. Yeah, I don't like Warships. I only play for the intel. I hate that it takes the spotlight away from the main base. Don't know if we should even keep calling it the main base because it seems like Warships is the main thing.
That's a fair point right there. That's a fair comment.
I think with Warships, because it is a season by season thing, every season is new. And when I say new, I mean it's something different. People will argue that it's the same heavy rush, ends with heavy choppers, gramps. But what I mean is that you get a new version come round every 21, 28 days. Whereas the main base, the OG base is... I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? You've got your resource bases, which the majority of max players don't have to retake. Occasionally, you might have to retake one or two. Then you've got your main island, which, let's face it, how many of us actually destroy the NPC bases? Actually go and battle the NPC bases, and how many of us just hit destroy? I know that's what I do.
I want to touch on that for 1 second because when I first started streaming, and I used to do map clearing because, you know, I was streaming Boom Beach, you know, I think a year and a half before Warships even started, and that's pretty much all I did was map clearing and like all hits live, and like I would always preach about, no, don't destroy your NPCs, go in, attack them. You can get proto parts, you can get crystals, you can get, you know, not shards, those are the littlest ones, crystals and well, anyways, you get all the good stuff, you know. If you go in and just destroy it, there's a good chance that you're only gonna get like just a couple of the shards. But now I'm like, geez, when I log in, I make the rounds, and when I say I make the rounds, you know, I get the sculptor moving, you know, I collect the, you know, the boats, and then I go and I destroy all the NPCs.
I was so excited. I was so thankful for the destroy button when they introduced it. And I can honestly say, from the minute they introduced it, I have never attacked an NPC base since. I've always used the destroy button. I used to hate hitting them stupid NPC bases, the ones that you see the same layouts like 30 times a day or whatever. And it's just
there is a loophole in that, because if you look at if you zoom out on your map and you actually look at your archipelago, you know, every section is broken off into the tribes, and you've got that dead zone where your area is, and you can actually get an NPC that can spawn in that zone, and then you cannot destroy it. You physically have to go in and attack that SOB.
Probably once every 6 months, get that question posted in BBTFRG. Why can't I destroy this NPC?
You know what? I'm not going to name the BoomTuber, but somebody posted that in the Slack app once, Aaron, and I was just busting a gut because, like, I mean, obviously they found out, but I mean...
Polly's got a fair point. Lift this up so people see it. The main game is boring. Click destroy on the NPC bases and force close on player maps. Warships is different. First, you can't force close, and secondly, each base is uniquely different, which I disagree with the uniquely different part, but the rest of it, like clicking on NPCs and the force close and stuff.
Well, he's not. he's not wrong and uniquely different, because if you look at the layout, it's grid formation, right? Like there might be a couple layouts that are identical, but I mean, you know, the way trees grow in and just mines and buildings, I mean, yeah, technically every base is going to be a little bit unique. You know, even coming down to the statues and, you know, whatever special.
You're talking about warships. Yeah, first you can't force close.
Wouldn't you say though, Skull, in the last two seasons, certainly this season, last season, maybe the one before, that the base layouts have become more varied through it? You rather than just having one meta, which you just develop one attack for, the tree design has got smarter, which has led to a bigger variety. I mean, it's still not massive, you know.
No, you're hitting the nail on the coffin, man. It's led to diversity. It's not just one meta. It's multiple metas. Like if you want to go back to early to mid warships, you know, yeah, you know, it came down to like, you know, heavy rushing. It's still heavy rushing at times. Yep. You know, but now, yeah, no, you need different tools. You need to make sure you have the rifleman. You know, prepare yourself against 6 ER. You know, you need to make sure you got the heavy so you can hit 5 ER. Mm-hmm. No, you're right. You just can't have one. I mean, you could, but I mean, you're not gonna probably progress and win consistently anymore. You definitely need that mixture. You need that variety now. And you're right. It also does come down to the tech tree and how what's the word I'm looking for here? How rocket launchers, for example, this season, we were just talking about this before the stream. You know, they are well off the beaten path there. So, you know, that's something if you want to commit to, you know, you really got to go out of your way to get, you know, but if you get it, you know, then now you know that, you know, you've got that advantage. You also know that you're setting yourself behind from anyways, you know what I'm saying? It just because of the diversity of the tech tree, you know, there's so many different ways to pick up these nodes now, and, you know, it's so much more easier to set yourself back. No, I do agree. I think tech tree design has definitely improved over the seasons.
Uplift says in the chat, I wonder if you agree with this one, Scotty. He says, that's kind of true, but I believe without warships, they would be updating the main base more, so it wouldn't be as boring as repetitive.
I don't know how else they would keep upgrading the main base unless they kept bringing in like different game modes, or like what else could they do? They can add new troops, they can add new defenses. I mean, eventually they're going to run out of space on the grid, on the layout to put everything.
Everybody wants task force versus task force, don't they?
that task force versus task force is 6 feet under, guys. I mean, as much as we know we want it, it's never happening. But you know what? Which is also a little bit frustrating, because I don't know if you guys actually played Rush Wars, but Rush Wars was also, you know, one of those Supercell games that, you know, were supposed to stand the test of time. It didn't. It died. Rip Rush Wars. But, you know, this game, when the game just came out, or I don't know if it was soft launch or global or whatever, it was the TF versus TF equivalent for Boom Beach, but in Rush Wars. And I remember, you know, just starting to play this new Supercell game, playing Boom Beach for like, you know, 4 or 5 years, and everybody wanting TF versus TF. And then all of a sudden, this new Supercell game comes out, and they've got the equivalent to TF versus TF. So, I mean, it was actually a little bit frustrating to see that. A little bit enraging as well.
Just going back in chat for a little bit, Apex Prey says, I can't tell you how disappointed I was to hear that Nuno say he doesn't really play anymore. The dev team and CM should play some every day to see what's going on.
Agree?
Yeah, totally agree. But there was something where the last Boom Talk we did, when we had Nuno on, there was something that he said that I don't know whether it was skipped over. Or he was saying about the problems that the team faced last year, and that they spent a lot of time ironing out those problems. Now, this isn't anything that, excuse me, this isn't anything that's been said officially. It's just been me reading between the lines, and maybe I've got it completely wrong. But could that be the reason why the update was what the update was? That last year took so much work to sort out these server-side problems that the update was somewhat rushed, thrown together, a little bit of nothing really. Yes, it was nice to have, you know, new levels. It was nice to have things to upgrade, but what did it really bring to the game?
Yeah, no, nothing in terms of content.
You know, he said on stream,
stuff, didn't they?
He said on stream, you know, when we were on stream last time, about the plans for Boom and the plans for the dev team for Boom and for things like that for this year. And it does, to me, it sounds a bit more promising for this year. I'd really like to see something drop in the first half of this year.
I think you're reaching, but we can live in hope. We can live in hope.
Well, we know
yeah,
that
we know.
something
Yeah.
is coming.
Yeah.
Do we know what exactly? No. Do we know when exactly? No.
Does Supercell know what or when? No.
Probably no.
But what I was going to
This could be typical, just baiting. I mean, it's been done before, with the Boom Beach community. I'm sure other gaming communities as well, where we just get baited. HQ25 was a perfect example. I mean, just saying, where things get hyped up so much and then it drops, and then you're just like, this is it.
Donnie's got a fair point. Server problems? Funny, the bigger games had none and released a ton of new content all year, which I think is a fair point. A company as big as Supercell and as advanced as Supercell have got teams who work on games, and they've got teams who work on servers. Server guys don't work on the games, and the game guys don't work on the servers. You know what I mean? So even if the servers had issues, like if one department of Supercell had major issues and couldn't operate, the game team could still produce the content and then just roll it out whenever the rest of the problems were fixed. That's my way I think anyway. Obviously, I don't run Supercell, so.
No, what I just wanted to finish off what I was saying earlier is whatever they drop, whatever they bring, given that they've already said that no new features are going to be added, what can they add to the game that isn't a new feature that will change it dramatically?
Honestly, a new hero. I mean, I know it's not like new. We have heroes already, but a new hero, would definitely change it. Look at Clash of Clans. Not Clash of Clans, Clash Royale.
Would be nice. A new hero would be nice.
They just dropped a whole bunch of new heroes in that game recently.
I think a ballerina skin for Bullet would be game changing, but that's 100%. My personal opinion.
That would make me happy. That's something that I've been rooting for from ever since I saw the Martin ballerina video. I mean, it would just
fan? Welcome to the stream.
It would just be perfect.
And Patrick Anderson as well. What's happening, guys?
Hey, what's up, Patrick?
Thanks for tuning in, fellas. A couple more names that I've seen dropping as well that I didn't shout you out. Posse Deuce, what's going on? Uplift as well, what's going on? Yeah, a few more names dropping in now.
Yeah, I think
Posse Deuce says
their troop balancing.
Troop balancing would be a great one to see.
That rarely happens. I mean, when's the last actual buff or nerf that we got?
Bullet nerf, wasn't it?
Bullet nerf.
And that was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, at least.
No, it was. I mean, it was a sad day for Boom Beach. But yeah, I mean,
I'm kind of getting a bit bored of Scorchers. Who isn't?
I'm kind of getting a bit bored of Scorchers.
Who out there really enjoys dropping troops and just watching them do their thing? If you wanted to play like that, you play Clash of Clans, right?
When I clear my map on my main account, Skull Crusher, I mean, normally I'll boost for the op, and after I'm done hitting the op, I'll just load up the Scorchers with Bullet and just full drop. I don't force close, but I mean I don't manage gunboat energy. I just let them do their thing and then repeat until the map's cleared.
Yep. Exactly.
To be honest, that's pretty much how I've been playing Boom for the last 2 years now. The main base is double dip, hit one op, clear the map, start the next map. Start the next op, hit that one, and then you don't have to worry about it for 48 hours or for 46 hours.
When you can time it like that with the double dip, yeah, that's playing very smart, yeah.
Posse says, I miss having to actually use gunboat energy other than just shocks. Yeah, that's what I mean. Back in the day, you used to scout a base, and then you think to yourself, right, I'm going to BART this, I'm going to clear those mines, I'm going to do this and do that. Nowadays, you don't even need to scout because you know what you're going to do. You're just going to drop 8 boats of Scorchers with Bullet, and then sit back. You don't need to do anything else. Literally, you have to tap the screen 9 times to do an attack. That's it. Drop all your boats, and that also
does show you like the evolution and how Boom Beach I guess has grown over the years. I mean, yeah, that's a perfect example. I mean, when they keep adding new updates, we're not getting anything new. We just get more levels, more troops get higher up, more defenses, higher up prototypes, whatever it may be. So yeah, I mean, everything is just essentially getting stronger.
Yeah. John says bigger home base island, as in more space and more objects you can place on your base that attackers must move around. Again, people would just drop 8 boats of Scorchers and just watch them burn through everything, regardless of what you got placed there. But not only that, the whole bigger home base thing would well and truly fall under the realms of major update, wouldn't it? So,
how about an Intel chance boost statue?
Yeah.
Nunu did say that they were looking at Intel. I sent him a message actually a little while ago, just a crazy thought that I had, like I do from time to time. What about if Warship
I do apologise, Nuno.
What about if Warship battles awarded not just the rank chest, but Warship battles had a percentage chance, maybe a 25% chance, like an NPC, to gain intel? Would that put more people in the player pool for Warships trying to gain intel for their task force?
I think for like the 50-person TFs, factor that mechanic in on a crab weekend. Go. How much intel do you think they're going to bring in?
Yeah.
You know what? No, it's definitely a great. This comes back to the intel debate. I guess, other ways, players can bring in more intel. I mean, frankly, the TFs that I'm in, don't really struggle that much, for intel. Then again, all TFs are very active players that, do play the game daily, that, collect. So, I mean, it also comes down to, the task force that you're in. I mean, if you're in a task force that is just not getting enough intel a day, if you
Intel
like your daily ops.
It's such a big issue right now. Intel is Intel is like top of everyone's list of bugbear right now.
I would say find a new TF.
My 10-man.
Just one sec. Apex, before it disappears off my thing. Apex says, make the main base relevant again. Win keys and tokens for warships. Now, this is an idea that doesn't get brought up very often, which... Quick, somebody nuke the bot. 5,000 coins to the Paris Person to get the bot. Go.
Hi, done.
Who got it? Who got it?
That might have been me. Hold on. Unless somebody beat me to it.
Candy, I
Sorry,
expect.
guys.
She's very quiet over there. We'll see who got it. You got it. Golly!
Yes. All right, I knew it.
I
saw that. Yeah, but only me even says get that intel, slackers. I don't know. I think it just comes down to the group of people you're playing with, and the task force that you're in. Because I mean, maybe just give us intel on War Factory, and then that might make a lot of people happy.
Yeah.
Because Thursdays really suck for a lot of people.
Thursdays are crap game. Back to Apex, mate.
Thursdays and this final week of Warships, because as people park, you stop picking up that extra sort of 3 or 4 intel per person per day as they collect their chests.
Yeah, for sure. This is actually Apex's comment about winning keys and tokens for warships from the main base is an idea that isn't brought up very often by people about mixing, you already win rewards for the main island from warships, but it doesn't work the other way. It's actually a ruled out idea, but people don't bring it up very often, which is strange, I've always thought.
So, like in the sense of, like, let's say you destroy, a player base, there's a slight percentage you might bring in. Cycle of Evil, okay, kind of like how you get proto tokens for upgrading proto troops, maybe. I mean, they might have to alter the numbers on the tech tree for, like, unlocking and upgrading, because, I can see, obviously players getting a lot more tokens, but I do like that idea, because if you just go back to the argument where when you play Warships, you get stuff for the main island, like you're pulling in intel on Warships, from opening up chests, but what the heck are you using intel for on Warships? You don't use intel on Warships, you use it for main island.
It's true.
So no, I agree.
Patrick Anderson says main base should never affect warships. They should be 2 different apps. It's a chicken idea.
Idea.
Yeah, no, it is currently already rolled out. They've already said that main island attacks won't ever reward you with warships currency, But it's an interesting one that doesn't come up very often.
I think that's all to do with the balancing of the tree, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah.
We got a Papucho studying in the chat. What's up, Papucho?
Papucho.
Live, laugh, love. I'm bad at Boom Beach. Any tips? Get good.
Yeah, you know what?
Subscribe to all the Boom Tubers. Join the Facebook groups. Get involved in Hopper Network. All that good stuff. Just hang out in the chat.
You just nailed it.
Hang out in the community, man. There's loads and loads and loads of tips and tricks and tutorials and all that kind of stuff already out there.
Absolutely nailed it. Because you know what, I played Boom Beach blind for the first, I think, year and a half, 2 years. And when I say I played Boom Beach blind, I wasn't involved, with any social media. I wasn't involved in Telegram. Didn't nowhere near starting my channel at that point. It was just literally 2 years of playing with my TF. And this was before they kept stats of everything. And I remember I used to have like pen and paper. And we would tally, those that would hit ops and those that would miss, old school days of Boom Beach. And then I would say the day Savage introduced me to Telegram, and then I saw how big of a world Boom Beach was outside of Boom Beach, and that's just Telegram, not to mention Discord, Reddit, Facebook. I don't know how big it is on Twitch and TikTok and all that other crap. But
there's nothing on Twitch. Well, no, I say there's nothing. There is.
It just there's not very much. There's not very much.
It's literally like people playing through like the tutorial of the game and things like that. It's nothing. It's not content,
Exactly. And now, I mean, just going back to Live, Love, whose comment was that? Live, Laugh, Love?
Yeah.
Get involved with the community outside of Boom Beach, and that will drastically. Aaron nailed it. I'm just saying that same thing in different words. Get involved outside the community.
Yeah, I think that's how everyone's sort of improved, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. MB says, how many hours per day does it take to play the game at the top third of the highest tier? I wonder if that factor requirement is too high and become a turn off in general. Not sure what you mean. Not sure what you mean there.
I think what he's trying to say is to be a leaderboard pusher, you need to be logging into the game every 20 minutes of every day.
Yes,
the
tier people from it.
That's leaderboard.
It's already
what also makes. That's what I mean. It doesn't matter what game you're playing when you're grinding leaderboard. Grinding leaderboard is grinding leaderboard. I mean, that game is your life. I've never pushed VP to that extent, but I have talked to players that have done that. And you're logging in every 20 minutes. Like I remember when Zedmont hit number one in Canada. I think it was like just over. This was back when you only needed like 1,400 medals, 1,400 victory points, and he did it. And I watched that video when he talked about how he was the number one Boom Beach player in Canada at the time, and that's where I first heard about the whole logging in almost every 20 minutes. It's not even a 2-a-day map clear a 2 map clears a day where you clear it at night, in the morning and at night. You log in 20 minutes and you clear whoever the heck is on your map, and that is your day. And that's what you do every day when you are pushing on the leaderboard, or at least that was only for 1,400 VP. I have no idea what it's like for the top dogs up there.
When I pushed my VP push and I got to like 1488 with no ice, that was literally
was that with the icebreaker account?
That was my icebreaker account, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That was whilst I was pushing Crab, back when HQ22 was max level. That was logging in multiple times a day, and as soon as anything spawned, you'd have to clear it off, and you'd play like that for months on end, keeping your map 100% clear the entire time, and just praying to the boom gods that you didn't get raided more than you could spawn.
Apex. To be fair, it was only Canada.
Donnie, Frontlines is the future. I said what I said.
You know what? Obviously, this isn't a Frontline stream. It's a fun game.
I think Frontlines is part of the Boom Beach universe, and I think for a stream like this,
1,000% it is. The IP is being used. There's no art. I mean, I'm not trying to.
It is still Boom Beach. I know a lot of people are like dead set against it, and like the hardcore, die-hard. Boom Beach fans won't see it like that. But
if you want to get real, man, it's like the freaky love child of like Boom Beach, Clash Royale, and Brawl Stars.
Brawl Stars, yeah. 100%.
I love that description. Oh, chat's about to get a whole lot busier. Pete's just finished streaming.
Oh, was it?
Sorry, I was laughing. I'm just laughing back at that other thing. Jeez.
They need to make. Yeah, see, Clash fans saying about.
Yeah. Thank you. That's what I was reading. Sorry. Aaron.
They need to make single player maps like in Clash of Clans. yeah, we have NPC bases, but you destroy them anyways. Will help with your tribes bases with barbed wire or something. This is another one that would fall under the thing of major updates at this point. If they'd have introduced that at the start when they first launched Boom, that would have been great. But I think that's asking too much at this point. Would be cool though.
I mean, that would be weird, you know, considering, I mean, that would be weird now, considering the game's going on 9 years, right? Like 9 years later, here, take this single player campaign.
To add a PvE mode now would just, yeah. I think Warships was enough being out there as it was. Like.
Yeah, no, definitely.
204 in the chat. What's going on, bud? I ain't seen you for ages, man. How you doing?
Yo, we got Everdale. Big shout out to 204.
204.
We rock it in Everdale, man. Global, yeah, these guys push it hard, man. I mean, I'm sure. Like last I checked, I think we've dropped a little bit, but we used to be like 6 Global Valley. I think we're down in like the low teens now. We'll definitely pick it back up now. We're trying to get that Grand Monument up. 204 knows what I'm saying. I'm logging in daily, buddy.
Roy for the win in chat as well. Good to see you, mate.
Roy. I seen McLovin drop in earlier as well. Boom Beach with Yo-Yo.
Oh, 6. Hell yeah. Okay, sorry. Yay. We're still global number 6 in Everdale.
Nice. Nicely done.
Yeah. Shout out to Join at Own Risk. Okay, anyways, back to Boom. Because now we're drifting into Frontlines in Everdale. Too funny.
Yeah, but like I said, I think Frontlines does fall under the Boom Talk umbrella because, you know, despite people hating it, it is here to stay, and it is a good thing for Boom Beach. Like the OG game as well. There's a lot of people who are joining the wider Boom Beach community from the Frontlines game. You know, people who are only just getting into Frontlines because, you know, they might play a different Space Ape game before or whatever, and they've been part of the early access. Those guys, a lot of them are trying Boom Beach for the first time and getting involved. So, you know, it is having a positive impact on the OG game as much as it is, you know, the other way around, like.
And you know what? I think, of course, as the days go on as well, more and more people will start playing Frontlines, you know, with Boom Beach players as well. Because, I mean, I think that the divide has definitely shrunk compared to what it was, you know, when Frontlines was first making its scene onto the Boom Beach scene. Yep. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, there was a lot of hate for it. There's no beating around the bush on that. You know, there's still a lot of, you know, diehard Boom Beach players that, you know, think it's the devil, whatever you want to say. But like you guys said, like Donnie said, like Papucho said, like so many others do say, I mean, this game is not going anywhere. It's here to stay. You know, you adapt and you make the best of it.
100%. MB just said, did they convert the characters of a Clash into a Frontline style game? And yes, they have. It's called Clash Mini or Clash Heroes or something like that. It's one of the new. There's 3 different new ones. It's one of those. And it is basically Frontlines, but with Clash characters. Different sort of gameplay, but it's basically the same. You control one character with 2 thumbsticks and fight other characters who are playing with 2 thumbsticks. So it's Brawl Stars.
Did you read Papucho's comment there, or can I read that one?
Yeah, sure.
That. All right, so Papucho mentions in the chat there, not going to address other games, but Boom Beach, in my opinion, it stuck. If you do have an analysis of what was said in last stream interview, there is nothing new, and the comment from Donnie has a lot of sense. No, a new game. So, yeah, no, that's very true. There's no arguing that.
He's agreeing with Donnie in the sense that Boom Beach Frontlines is the future.
Part
of me agrees with that. Part of me does agree with that, but there's another part of me as well that say that Boom Beach, OG Boom Beach, will never be dead, like completely. They'll never kill it completely.
No, there's always going to be people playing it, and I think Supercell knows it as well. Like, I mean, it gets to a point. It gets to a point where I mean, you cross a threshold, right? I mean, like, yeah, the game's not going anywhere. Yeah. As long as they still have devs that are willing to work on it, you know.
Almost a decade, man. It's just over a year's time, and the game would have been out for a decade. Just
how much the world has changed in 10 years or 9 years.
There's not many people out there who are playing a game that's like 10 years old who have been playing it for its entire lifetime. You know, there's not many people who can say that about any game. No mind, Boom Beach. But Nuno's in the chat. What's going on, Nuno?
What's up, Nuno? Welcome to the live stream, man.
How you doing?
Frontline. Pong.
Yeah, Falcor said in chat, my mum always said, if you don't have anything nice to say, so he zipped about Frontlines.
Oh, Falcor, this is 2022 in the internet. Come on, man.
But Falcor loves Boom Beach. You know, I don't mind. Yeah. I don't mind a bit of Warships, but I mind a bit of Frontlines. But right now, it's not what's got my attention. For me, it's all about Warships. I love Warships.
That's it. Everybody likes what they like, you know.
Yeah.
But that also comes back to what makes Boom Beach so freaking special, and why this game has survived 9 years is because. Coming down to what you can do in Boom Beach, right? Like 4 types of player. You mentioned there was 3 types of Warship players. There are 4 types of Boom Beach players. You know, there are the Warshippers, the Mega Crabbers, Mega Crabbers, not Crabbers, sorry. Crabbers, the VP pushers, and the leaderboard pushers for the operation. So like op guys, leaderboard guys for VP, crab, and warships. That's pretty much it. And that's a big variety of players. You know, how many people in the chat have said, I love warships, but I hate this, but I hate warships, but I love this.
Yeah, it seems to be a lot of the OG players have now specialized in one aspect of the game.
Yeah.
For me, I went down like the Mega Crab route. I did the VP thing as well, but I went down the Mega Crab route like with my statues and stuff. So, but then like I said, there's other people who played just Warships, people play just Crab, or they just VP push, and there's a few people out there who do a little bit of it all, you know.
Apex, no. Yeah, I'm not. That one's not going to get let down.
I was going to say a few streams I've seen with Mega Crappers.
Andrew's got a fair point. Map clearing and socializing is all I like in Boom, which is a fair point. The community is what makes Boom Beach. It's why it's still around 9 years on. Is the community?
It's second to none. I would say this community.
It's true.
Without the wider community,
and Nuno just say it. There are the socializers that just. I know players that have stopped playing that have come back just to, hang out, with certain players 100%. In a TF or hit an op. So that is true. 5 types of players. Thank you, Andrew. Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Did sales of BB go up during COVID? No idea. Probably.
Well, I mean, we can't answer that.
Probably. I know I spent more during COVID lockdown.
Well, if everyone's at home, I mean, yeah, this comes back to what Martin was saying earlier about enjoying Warships and, essentially buying instant training to have a better time at Warships. If more people that played Boom Beach were stuck at home during that time and, they like playing Warships, I can probably see sales went up a little bit.
Pabucho says, I'm not saying I don't play BB, just saying it's stuck and we desperately need new stuff for the game. We'd love to be on call with you guys one time. Yeah, for sure. We can arrange that for a Boom Talk with you. No problem.
Yo, let's go, man. Absolutely.
But yeah, I agree. It feels like it's stuck. But, we're only seeing it from our perspective, and it's only our experiences that we've got to go on. We don't know like the game's analytics. We don't know the numbers and stuff like Supercell does. And if they say that it's fine and it's doing all right and they're happy, then we got to kind of go with that, right?
Ages ago, Apex put that comment up about being disappointed that Nuno didn't play as much as he
just cleared his map today. He totally used Heavy Chopper. He totally used Heavy Chopper.
100% he used Heavy Chopper.
By the way, Nuno, I'm sure you guys already know this. But the voting system for Proto Troops is freaking awesome. Best way to get the community, well, probably not the best way, but definitely a great way to get the community involved. We definitely need more voting, in the game.
Can we get like votes for tribes as well? Maybe do it for a website or something. I don't know. We need votes for tribes.
Oh, that'd be a cool idea.
Even if it was just one of the 6 tribes.
Yeah, just for vote for one of them or 2 of them, or maybe let us vote for the offensive ones or the defensive ones. I don't know. Something.
Can we get a vote
here? Would be massively appreciated.
Stream as well.
That's the plan. More voting. Votes for tribes is harder to do. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's not one or the other, is it?
Stewie says, more engineers and more medic health. Yes. that was sarcasm. No, thank you.
New hero would be massively appreciated. Yeah, a new hero would be nice, but I can't see it. But I think we need a mechanical hero is what we need, or Yeah,
I would love to see that. Yeah, like Dr. Kavon riding a mech or something. I don't know.
You need a mechanical hero for sure.
Some great ideas on that one right there.
Philip said about linking. We touched on it a moment ago about linking the main base to warships. The trouble is with doing that is it kind of then gives an unfair advantage in terms of the balance in the way the tech tree and the chests are set up and designed. It's designed so that everybody has the same amount of keys available to them, the same amount of tokens available to them, and how they use them is what determines their progression through the path. Now, if you were able to generate extra keys and extra tokens through map clearing, through doing your daily boats, your daily boats, daily tasks, then
I never want to see the stunners again, though. Not even if they get buffed. I think the concept, they'd have to do loads of damage, Nuno. The shocking ability is one thing, but they'd have to do damage as well to be good.
You'd have to treat them almost like the heavy chopper. I don't know how you would do it, but like their presence and their damage would definitely have to almost resemble that.
And they need to have the attacking distance the same as a grenadier as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But there's a couple of ways that different proto troops and that could be like adjusted, should we say, to be good.
Well, I mean, they've done a bunch of them, right? You know, the choppers, you know, they're fine. The bombardiers are fine. But I mean, I've got no idea what the planning was when it comes to, like, you know, the critter engineer. Like, I mean, even you know, Nunu just said that, you know, what happens if the Shockeneer, or what were they called? The Shockeneer? Yeah, the Shockeneer gets not the Shockeneer. What were the Grens called that threw?
Stunners.
Thank you. Geez, so many troops shock.
I know.
Well, I mean, they would have to be ridiculously strong to get players to enjoy him, because there was a lot of negative feedback with the stunner.
Falcor's just asked Nuno a question, and I'm a huge advocate of this. You know this, Aaron. I've been a huge advocate of this since we went fishing last, or since I came up. You know, that's the one. Each time we open a new ER, rather than it being one compulsory deck piece that's added, would it be possible to have a choice of one or two? So ultimately, at 7ER, everyone ends up with the same deck layout. But getting there, people have a variety of ways to go. That's going to lead to so many more different base metas. I don't know how big it would be to code and how that would affect the actual, but I've been a huge advocate of this. Falcor loves it.
I'm pretty sure we come up with that idea originally when we were talking like back in like season 3 when we were fishing.
I can remember distinctly being sat with you on the bank and we were bouncing ideas around about warships and what you could and couldn't do with it. And that was one that we came up with there. That and the choice nodes. So rather than having 50% TD, you had a choice between 50% troop damage or 50% building health. And you got to choose which one. Ultimately, come the end of the tree, everything would be balanced, but you choose what you get and when. But I'm a huge advocate of the deck layout thing, about being able to choose one of two pieces at each ER upgrade. I think that would add so much diversity to it.
For sure.
That is definitely a good idea.
Okay, we're going to throw it out to the chat then. What's going on right now? What are you looking forward to right now in Boom Beach? And what's niggling, shall we say, in Boom Beach at the moment? Question out there for the chat. Let us know in chat what you think about that. Polly says, ensure when you unlock the AR that it automatically gets placed on your ship rather than in storage. Would you back that one?
What is that? Just so when players,
so that you can't go to 4 ER and only have 3 ERs out. For some reason,
that's a catch-22.
Yeah, for some reason, there's a lot of players out there who absolutely hate people who do this. I don't know why. They're giving you a head start.
It's an advantage.
It's an advantage.
Well, it's a disadvantage too, but I mean, that's why it's, you know.
Yeah, all right, so you don't get as many ERs towards your chest, but that's no big deal. It's a win. You're gaining stars out of it, you know? But you're not getting an ER, but you're getting 20 stars.
It only really works with like certain metas and like certain base layouts.
When there's
like the 5 base layout for season 30 is a perfect example for it. Plenty of choke points, and I've seen that prevalent this season where there's 4 ERs for the 5 ER deck layout. So I think it just comes down to the player. I personally would never do it, but if you want to, go for it. You're giving me an advantage. That's how I look at it.
Absolutely agree with Nuno's last comment there about the collect all button. Ben Washbrook asked about a collect all button.
It's not worth the time.
Absolutely, 100%. Every 30 days, it's not. If there was a collect all button that I'd like to have, it would be on the main island for collecting all my buildings for a base redesign.
Yeah, 100%.
That was the nicest way to shut that down. I love it. No,
back to people putting ERs out. The only time that's ever been a legit strat is season 1, when you could unlock ER and not place it and still be matched with the previous ERs. So you could move to like 4 ERs and only have 3 out, and you'd only match 3 ER players. That got changed in season 2. And the only other time that it's actually an advantage, in my opinion anyway, is when there's a Barty meta and you need the you need the GBE from the ERs to be able to Bart the last ER, Not putting out an ER then would kill your attackers' GBE gains, so they wouldn't be able to buy it. They'd have to, use troops, But
it was being used. Did you see that it was being used this season to an advantage as well, Skull? Midway through this season,
and that's what I was touching on right there. Like, I think it comes down to the deck layout with the choke points, and how many defenses you have to properly set something up like that. Because I think a very, 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 very small majority of players are thinking like that with regards to starving their opponent of gunboat energy for that last barrage, what Aaron was talking about, to BART out that last engine room. So there's small strategy to it, but I think a very small majority of players are thinking like that.
No, I was talking about the fizzles. With all the fizzles this season, at 5 ER, what some people were doing was going 5, but not putting the 5th engine room out, because they knew that their base was going to cause fizzles. So when the player fizzled, he'd only destroyed 3 engine rooms, even though the other guy was 5, because he didn't have one out. It wasn't there to be destroyed. So you'd be showing as you've got 2 left, but 1 was still in your, because he knew that he was going to get fizzle. If on the other hand they didn't, they cleared all 4 engine rooms, then it was a loss. But it was a thing for a day or two until everyone started getting heavy choppers and doing full clears.
Then they just shut that right down.
Yeah.
It's an auto lose for that reason. Yeah, bring back art/barrage at 3R like season 7. That was fun. No defense and who can.
That was a 6 to 7 second meta. That's how long it took to take out a 3 ER with that Art and Bart meta.
That was pretty fun.
Oh, I think players loved it and hated it at the same time, man.
Yeah. I think I had a 5 or 6 second win, and then it got beaten. I think 4 seconds was the quickest I ever saw it be done.
It just brutally fast.
If you can
time your 3 barrages with your artilleries, and done is done. Yeah, Patrick knows what's up.
7 second wins, yeah, exactly.
Clash Fan has now mentioned, it's the second time that he's put the comment there about the stunner. I'm just going to read that one right there. I'd like to see the stunner shooting faster than they do right now, and make the shock duration a bit lower too. And they need to do more damage, a little bit weaker than the rifleman does. What do you all think? You know what? I never actually used the stunner. This is embarrassing for me to say, so I can't even give you my actual feedback on the troop. Now, I can tell you what other players have told me about it.
I only played around with it on the dev build, but for sure. They need to do some damage at least.
It definitely seems like the stunner needs some love, and I think Nunu knows that as well.
Nuno's hit the nail on the head. There will always be fun/hate in every single season. There's no perfect season.
Yeah, this season in particular has definitely been more fun than hate, though.
You can never please.
Oh, this season's been an absolute roller coaster, and I've loved it, and at times I've really hated it. At times I felt like throwing my phone and tablet against the wall. But
sounds like Warships.
When it comes down to it, this final few days of running, I'm really excited for it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how far I can get. And
Brent,
that's wherever you are on Trophy Road, that's what it should be about. Your aspiration is the next level, but can you push it beyond that? Can you get that little bit further? That for me is how to play Warships.
Sounds like the just one more battle syndrome.
Yeah. Just quickly, Brendan asks in chat, why are loot always so difficult to find in Boom Beach on lower level HQs? It isn't, if you use the right strategies. If you go to in fact, I'll put you a link in the chat now. We've got a video that will show you how to...
Shows you how to do it.
Yeah, how you can use your map to save up all the loot that you need and stuff. That will help you out a lot. Again, this is the classic thing. If you join the wider community, these are the sort of tips and stuff that you'll see everywhere in the wide,
Well, and that's another thing. So many new players, I mean, that do start playing Boom Beach. That's a perfect example right there. They're lost. Which comes back to the best advice I can give anybody out there that is either just starting to play Boom Beach or is thinking about it. Get involved in the community outside of the game. Drastically will improve not only your gameplay, but you're gonna make a ton of friends along the way. And it just makes playing Boom Beach that much better.
For sure, yeah.
Hey, we got Fez Man in the chat.
What's going on, Fez?
What's up, Fez? Nuno said we'll see what this next season holds. I'm super excited for the community's feedback. So these sorts of things would be quite useful to you after each Warship season, or would that be too much?
We'll see what this next season holds. I'm super excited for the community's feedback. Interesting. I've not even seen...
I'm wondering whether a boom talk at the end of each Warship season could be a thing.
We floated this idea with each other, didn't we, Scully, the other day, actually, about doing one after each.
We did, because it's funny you mentioned that, Martin, because Aaron and I were talking about that the other day, where we were just kind of, Aaron was, brainstorming ideas for future boom talks. He's got a lot of good ones. By the way, guys, a lot of good boom talks planned already for this year. Shout out to BBTFRG. But I would love to do something like that, because then Aaron, reminded me that, oh yeah, by the way, Skull, we did that for season 22. I'm like, oh yeah, we did. But you know what? Yeah.
Commanders in control.
Yeah. The season is already... No, I would imagine the season is already... I'd imagine you're probably 2 or 3 seasons ahead already, aren't you?
But yeah, baffled by commanders in control could mean, yeah.
But just going back to that comment for a second there, Martin and Aaron, if it's something with, regarding to, if our availability permits it and we're able to plan, I would love to talk Warships at the end of every season, almost like, a season review, going into, just overall expectations and how the season went.
Yeah.
It'd be quite cool to have like a guest on for each. I'm sure would Pete be up for that one season? And
are you kidding me? Of course he would, man. He would love to.
We'd have to have PG Pete though.
Oh, yeah, he would keep it PG on stream. I mean, he would.
Can the server disconnect be fixed when opponent force closes? I think there's still lots of people getting disconnected and force close, isn't there, at the moment, especially on iOS. But I know that's being looked into. I know Nuno's looking into that.
Yeah.
What's happening, Steven? Welcome to the stream, buddy.
Hawkin50 is like, I parked all 6 accounts after the first week. Too much of a waste of time. Well, I mean, 6 accounts is a lot to play, man. Drop 4 of them, and you might have more time to play.
Steven says, hi guys.
What do you play?
I play 2. I started with 3, but I dropped the mini one because sorry, Aaron. It does get a lot to play multiple accounts.
Yeah,
sure.
Two's the
magic number.
Two's the right number.
Yeah, I never liked playing more than 2 when I was playing. Steven says, hi guys, can I just ask, would it be possible for SGs in Warships, for shield generators in Warships?
Season 1. Yeah, Nunu, what do you think? Can we get them back? I mean, we did have them for the first season.
Did we?
We did. Did we not?
I don't remember.
Am I pretending to? I think I saw.
I don't remember.
I don't remember any shield gens on Warships.
I am more than positive we did have. Now I'm second guguessing myself. Crap. I should have done my research.
Rocket launchers.
Yeah, there were we had 16
like
rocket launchers.
Yeah.
We had we had sky shields. I remember that. We had loads of sky shields.
Maybe it was the loads of sky shields.
Yeah.
Okay, no, Papucho's got my back here. Yeah, we already had them. I think he is. He might be talking about the fact that shield gens in the first season.
Yeah, I don't think it was normal shield gens. It was sky shields. Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm pretending. I mean, that would be awesome if we could.
Yeah, we should. Even if
No, okay. Now Papucho says I am right. Okay, so we did have them for season 1 because I remember first season of Warships was bonkers. Not even to mention
Anybody
the chest
got a
glitch that should
screenshot?
not be named.
Anybody got a little screenshot kicking about?
I've got content from streaming Warship season 1. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. But yeah, we definitely we did have them once, and the fact that they never brought them back might also speak wonders as to maybe why. Maybe they were horrible for season 1. I can't remember exactly. That was almost 2 years ago, guys.
So if you had one shield generator, would that generate a shield on an ER on one ER, or would that generate a shield on all ERs?
One ER. No,
Just
now
No,
I don't know.
I don't think we did. I don't think we've ever had proper shield generators on warships. It was Sky Shields.
I don't, because the coding for them works around an HQ, not an ER.
I don't know. I think it has to do something with the same reason why we don't have grapplers on Mega Crab. Something along the lines of that.
I don't know if we can, and I don't remember because I was not playing normal community.
No, that was Drew. That was not. Yeah, that was Drew. That was Drew for the first season.
People already complain a lot about not getting enough ERs, specifically non-IT players with SGs. Yeah, it'd be even worse. For sure. Huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Would love to see Heavy Chopper, Rocket Chopper for Crab, says VH. I like that idea.
John says, I'm sure I played season 1, but I think I repressed all the memories of it. Season 1 was awesome. You could have as many chests as you wanted on
as many chests as the land could see, as many chests as you were willing to pick up, as many chests.
You could go from rank 1 and 2 ER to legendary 10 and 7 ER in the same day if you wanted to. It was great.
Yeah. That was probably the only... Well, no, there was a couple of the early seasons that you were actually able to hit high legendary, if not legendary X. But, I mean, that's also one of the main reasons which I think Warships definitely has that reputation from the early seasons. You know, that infinite chest glitch was just one of many.
Wild.
You know, there was landing ramp glitches where if you land all your heavies, they would go in a straight line to the back. You know, there was mine glitches on multi-nodes.
You had that one pixels gap, didn't you, along the front edge of the warship where you could land a flag at the very, very back of the base, couldn't you? I remember that.
And, you know, there was also, the mine glitch where, I can't remember, I think it was season 5 or 6, where there was a multi-node with the 3 mines, and whenever you switched, it never took away your previous mines, so you were able to get, like, the 4 boom mines, the 4 shock mines, and, like, the 8 regular mines, and it was, like, no issue.
Yeah.
Now, Warships has gotten a lot better. I mean, there's still glitches. There's still glitches out there. But in comparison to how bad it was when it first started, and I'm only saying bad is because a lot of players exploited, myself included, exploited the early glitches.
Yeah, I put my hands up. I absolutely hammered that free chest glitch in season 1.
You know, there's no beating around the bush here, but I do like, I mean, it was fun to, try it out back then. I don't like playing like that.
Some old guy, what's happening? Andre44, welcome to the stream, guys.
Warships definitely has gotten a lot better. And what's up, Kev?
Yeah. It is. Warships, I think I've always said it, I'll die on the hill for this opinion, but I think Warships could have been absolutely amazing, had they not rushed it and put it out. If they'd have just polished it and made sure that everything was fixed and was working properly and balanced and whatnot from the start, it wouldn't have given so many people a bad impression of it, which has then just clouded their judgment going forward.
That reputation still stands to this day for some players, yeah.
It does, for sure. That first impression...
Aaron's one included.
Of a very broken Warships, of a game that, was crap and you couldn't win unless you cheated and all that, that mentality in some players is still very prevalent today. I think if they'd have polished it up a little bit before pushing it out, more players would have had more fun with a cleaner season,
without a doubt, Aaron, 100%, man, 100%.
Yeah.
Uplift, your comment there is fine for maxed players, but if you are not a maxed player, Gearheart can be quite challenging.
Yeah, Gearheart's
and I
hard
think
when
that
you first unlock it.
I think that's the thing, that as maxed players, as maxed experienced players who are part of the wider community, who understand smoky hits, who know the game intricately and the game mechanics, we forget that there are hundreds of thousands, millions of players out there who don't know what we know, that don't understand the game like we understand it, and it is a challenge to them. And really, the biggest thing that we can do is to encourage them into the wider community.
It's like people running rainbow accounts trying to do War Factory with 8 boosted greens and stuff. Those players who, when they first unlock War Factory, find it really, really hard, especially with that ice boost, which is pretty big.
Don't even get me started on green statues, man. What are your thoughts when you see a max level player with green statues? Like, in all honesty,
the game mode needed to go live in order for the team to learn with the mistakes and then fix them. How can they fix something that they're not aware of? Yeah, that's a fair point. It's a fair point. We can never tell if everything is working properly, even with testing. It's impossible. The same goes for when it's polished things are. A bunch of testers might not feel anything. Yeah, it's a fair point. Yeah, you can never be 100% sure. Hammerman's Revenge without ice. I don't always wipe out all attacks. Yeah, I mean, War Factory needs to give intel as well. That's another reason why intel sucks. There's so many ways they could implement intel with a fun twist, So if you solo it, you get 5 intel. If you do it in 2 hits, you get 4. If you do it in 3 hits, you get 2. And so on. So yeah, there's.
Money DK, I want my 12 rocket launchers back. Bring back season 1.
Yeah, 100%. Bring back season 1 for sure. I'd play that.
Actually, Nunu, there's an idea as another season. Just call it season 1 and just run season 1 again, just for the S&G, just for a laugh.
Apex says, sorry to ask again, but why? But what was with the cryo bomb upgrade? What was the point in it? Well, it's for chicken to do, wasn't it?
It's a chicken can place 2 million coins.
2 million for a massive upgrade that does nothing.
What the best bit about that was the tone of his voice the moment he realized how much it had cost him. It was like, yeah, I'm just going to do this to show you guys that it wasn't. And then that moment of blind panic when he realized what it had cost him and what that might have, what implications that might have further down the line.
I don't think anyone checked on it. Sorry, Martin.
I say, fortunately, I don't think it's affected him. No. But yeah, it was just that.
He did it for the bands. He did it for the bands because he knew the whole community would be talking about it and everybody would be flocking to watch the video where he did it in. It was genius.
It's been a week. It's been a week and we're still talking about it. So clearly it worked.
It was a genius strategy for getting his video out there.
Hey, we got Pete in the chat. What's up, Pete?
What's up, Pete?
Hey, Pete, what's up, mate?
Nuno said, I've already said the War Factory given intel was already discussed and is being looked into.
I know, we like to repeat ourselves as Boom Beach players.
Just sorry. This one really isn't sort of directed at you and the developers.
Exactly.
It's just a general chit chat.
Throwing ideas around.
Yeah, it's just a general chit chat one.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the game is crashing for literally everyone in my task force, especially after AZ attacks for some reason. It's an iOS thing mostly. Uplift.
But the game crashing?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there's the iOS users reporting various crashes at various times.
I've seen that actually happen.
Yeah, we are used to repeating ourselves over the years.
we do that. We do. And then, I'm sure Nunu at this point is just like, come on, guys, I've answered this question like 50 times. And, it's just us beating a dead horse here. Just, the same reason why I yell at my ice bombas on stream when they don't target the engine room and go out of the way. We know that they target the next unfrozen defense, but it's just one of those things that we just constantly keep doing, keep repeating ourselves, make ourselves feel better.
When it only needs one more bomb on that last ER to take it out, and he decides to go wandering off that
Martin. Just grinds my gears, man.
You think to yourself, yes, that was a good time, and then no, I've got to call him back.
Come on. Exactly. But anyways, yeah. So
You know,
yeah,
we were talking about shield gens on Warship Season 1. It wasn't shield gens. It was sky shields. Yeah, I'll send you a picture through on the Discord now.
If you're checking and you got proof, I believe you, man. It's just but long time ago. Long time ago.
It's a thumbnail off of one of Cosmic Duo's videos. The end of Warship Season 1 in Boom Beach. There's a picture of their deck layout.
And it's sky shields.
Legendary rank 5 and it's sky shields. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So all right.
Nuno says, yeah, it's an iOS thing as far as we're concerned. I have tested several times myself on 4 different devices and never crashed once. It's typical right there. 2 years. So yeah, come on then, guys. What would you, if you could put one thing, if you could name one thing in Boom Beach right now that you say is the best it's ever been, what would it be?
Who wants to go first? Nobody?
Roll up.
I'm thinking right now, so that's why I was trying to stall.
For me, it'd be Proto Troops. I think that's one part of the game where the devs are still innovating. They don't always get it right, but the ones that they do get right are really good. I mean, look at the Heavy Chopper. Look at the Shockinier. You know, there's a few that are really good.
Mr. Anderson just leaving the chat. Thanks for joining us, Kevin.
Yeah, no worries, Kev. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. I'll catch you later. Yeah, heavy Choppers are the best and the worst thing ever, yeah, for sure.
Holly's nailed it.
The community.
The community.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
I don't think that's changed from day one, man. The community just definitely makes the game what it is.
Nuno, what was the question? If you could name one thing in Boom Beach right now that it's the best that it's ever been, what would it be? Like I said, for me, it's Proto Troops. I think that's the one part of the game where the devs are still showing that they're innovating. You know, with the new ones and that.
Do you know what? In all seriousness, I would have to say the tech tree in Warships, because the last 3 seasons,
I was starting to think that too.
It is noticeably, it's been progressively and noticeably getting better. Like we were saying earlier in the stream, more diversity, more meta options. You know, that it's not just bombardiers and heavy choppers. That HCRC, I mean, this season it's going to be sort of HCRC, HC bombers, HC seekers, HC bomber seekers in a tri-meta. It's just so many options there, and depending on kind of the path you've taken, it's going to depend on that end meta that you end up using.
And just to touch on that, I do agree with Aaron on the Proto Troops. I mean, it does show, even though we've had a lot of the same Proto Troops, but it does show innovation. I mean, throw in the voting factor where now you're getting the community involved so they can have a voice on what Proto Troop they would like to see. I do heavily agree with Aaron to touch on Martin's point as well, as, you know, a heavily invested Warship player. And just to see Pete's comment as well, I agree with the tech tree. It's tip top right now. I believe the tech tree has gotten much better over the last few seasons, maybe even more than 3, which I think also shows that, you know, the Boom Beach team is listening somewhat to the community, where, you know, we are asking for more diversity. You know, we are asking for, you know, better tech trees, you know, more important nodes pushed further back, you know, crucial ones out of the way, really kind of make players kind of think on what they're going to do. Honestly, guys, keep up, Nunu and dev team, just keep up the good work on the tech tree, and more heavy choppers. Choppers.
Nuno's just said in chat that I'm making an effort to make the tech trees more fun. It's definitely
showing.
There we go. Yeah, it's definitely
showing. It is showing.
A few people are agreeing with prototypes and proto troops, warships. If warships is booming, I'm booming.
Who said that?
Falcon.
Nice. Falcon put a comment in way back about the
Shady? Welcome to the stream, bro.
multi-choice deck layout thing, and I just didn't want to sort of let it go by. We weren't trying to steal your thunder, and I don't know who thought of it for, you know, where it was first brought up. I know Aaron and I sat on the bank fishing. We were discussing lots of things, but in a community this size, when you've got people who are invested in things like we are, you're bound to get people come up with the same ideas, especially when they're good ideas.
Yeah,
so
sure.
Yeah, it's not sure who got there first, but it's definitely a great idea, and I think it's one that we'd love to see.
Yeah. Stephen Hollian says longer LCs have been a good addition. Getting 2 Scorchers on is a genius. 2 of them being bigger, get 3 Scorchers on each. My God, can you imagine?
3?
Can you imagine?
Ooh.
I'd quite like to see
don't
4 tanks. I think 4
I
tanks
don't
is
want
going
to
to
say
be a good
this
one.
because Pucho is still in the chat, but if they were to put 3 Scorchers per landing craft, they would definitely nerf them.
Oh, hell yeah.
Obviously, they're not going to put 3 on a landing craft.
Couple more HQs, and we'll have 4 tanks per boat, which would be a
Yes,
fun one.
Pete.
I would love to see that, man. I would, yeah.
We need a
team
Seeker
player,
side
but
game so we can encourage more players to learn them in an easier pace. We all need to learn Seekers. Seekers are a lot of fun. I like Seekers.
Yes, I would absolutely agree with that. Every season, I go
love that
every
idea.
season saying, I'm going to use one account this season to learn Seekers, and never do.
Ben Zen
I
says,
just want to touch on that. Sorry, like Pete, that's a great idea, man. I really do like that because players are so lost and confused when it comes to Seekers. If there was a mini game to explain it, to give them a feel for it,
for sure,
they would feel much more comfortable.
Ben Zen says, I'd have to say Warships is better than ever, and also the tribe boosting is on point the last few cycles, especially this cycle of tribe boosts. This cycle's pretty good with warriors and shocks. It's not all that for crab though, is it? But
I'm a big fan of the shock duration, warrior damage.
Yeah.
I'm a warrior player. I'm a big fan of these tribes.
It's a
The
popular
only
one
thing
for
with the
fun
shock
ups as well.
duration is it can mess up bullet hits.
Yeah.
Bullet shock points with the smoke drop. Yeah, you got to be careful with those. Yeah, good point. Good point.
Okay, so that was what was best. So what's worse then? Same question, but opposite end of the scale. What was the one thing right now that you say is the biggest problem in Boom Beach?
I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it, even though we know it.
Yeah,
the lack of Intel. I was gonna say lack of new content. Yeah, Intel.
Intel is probably the biggest issue, but yeah, the biggest other issue than that is not lack of new content for sure.
I am gonna. My vote is going to go out for all you iOS users out there, and even though I'm not one myself, it's the iOS crash. There you go, guys.
With you on that one.
Oh, listen to him.
A lot of bugs in my
chasing right there, chat. Yeah, game crashing for sure. The fact we haven't had a radar expansion, so content Seekers biggest problem. Intel cap, sorry, game crashing. So yeah, got it. Other than the obvious, other than Intel and other than new content, what would you say is the biggest issue in Boom
Yes,
Beach?
Polly.
What are people struggling with? What are people not enjoying? What can the community do or the game do to make something better? John Christie just tipped £5.19. Big shout out to you, John. Thank you for that, bro. You didn't have to do that.
You're right on, John Christie.
But it is appreciated anyway. Thank you. Point saying mine hasn't crashed in a long time. 100%.
Oh, okay. Just because I see VH saying that, yeah, I agree. The abysmal start of Warships for North American players.
Yeah, that's probably a popular one actually.
Thank you, VH.
That is a proper. I didn't even think of that, but yeah, that's probably going to be a popular one.
Well, depending on daylight savings time, I mean it's either 2 or 3 a.m. There's no beating around the bush there. You know that one Sunday, Monday a month is just that's Warship Eve's day. You know, it's committed. So it would be nice to get that rotating time schedule or whatever. I know that it's all based off of the time in Finland, I believe. But anyways, yeah, you know, I agree with VH on that. I would definitely like to see a better start time for Warships. I mean, I know it's only one day. Yeah, that's me.
Oh, I'm just checking something. I think I'll delete. Oh no, it's right. Clash fans got a good one. What about classified items? Something that you have instant training for 3 hours for warships or something. I don't know. Anyone have more ideas for classified items? I know for sure you all have some nice ideas. I think you've actually hit the nail on the head with a really good one there. Why don't, sub dives come up with a few hours of instant training, so you get 3 hours of instant training from when you collect it, or a few hours of second builders, or
that would be nice.
You know,
or maybe have those things in like trader chests and that sort of thing as well. That's quite a good idea actually.
We get the occasional free day of instant training in the shop every now and then. I think that would be pushing it for us to be asking for a couple hours of free instant training from sub dives.
Yeah.
I do like the idea.
Cool idea though. I used to hate the start time of Warships. Now I look forward to it once a month.
It's a ritual. It's a pilgrimage. It's an experience. I mean, if you've ever gotten up at 2 or 3 or 4 a.m., 1 a.m., whatever time it is. I mean, well, early morning. You'll know that it's an experience.
Church, you need a new Cycle of Terror, new base layouts on Crab with extra defenses like super mortar, make it harder to try to shoot. 100%. Crab needs to be a lot harder. Doing 300 stages on Crab Weekend is ridiculous.
Ben Zen, just to touch on that, from Trader right now is good for just hoarding thousands of Trader tickets and then just spending them all and then converting all of that into raw crystals or massive upgrades. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's how I use Trader now. As max level players.
Yeah,
sorry.
Any max level player should be sitting on their tickets, not using them.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Exactly.
Split Warship Crab Weekend. Split.
That's a lot also for a week. I mean, especially for the content creators, when we've got well, I'm not to put pity on us or anything, but those are very busy weeks right there, not to mention making the sneak peeks and then getting ready to actual, do the actual crab. And I would like to see that. That's actually a good idea right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Make the mecha hero. That could be interesting.
That's what I said. We need a mechanical hero.
We do need a mechanical hero.
We do need a mechanical hero. But it doesn't want to be the mech because the mech's crap. For the love of God.
The mech with nitrous.
Okay, that's a different story, Martin. I like that.
Nitrous mech.
Some old guy. How about shorter 2-week burst seasons for Warships?
No, I mean, I mean, well, I don't know. No, I'm biased because I like longer seasons, so I'm probably not the person to ask for that.
Did you enjoy season 3 that was like 3 or 4 months long?
I loved it. I loved the 3-month season, and I would love to see another mega season. I know a lot of players wouldn't, but yeah, I did. I think
I actually did enjoy that one. I think it's, but again, having that over Crab Weekend when you're a crab pusher was a nightmare. I didn't play.
Absolutely.
Didn't play any Warships over Crab Weekend.
Especially if you're pacing and you're pushing crab on Warships when it's still ongoing. I mean, you're picking one or the other because you've got to commit like 8 to 12 hours just for crab. Where are you sneaking in your Warship time?
Somebody said in Sugar Ship during the week about doing like a really short season, like a 10-day season where you're getting like 30 keys, 40 keys per chest. So you can like open 3 or 4, just absolutely go bananas.
Yeah, that would be fun. Spending spree tree.
Just
spending spree season.
You can collect like 100,
that would be fun.
Between 90 and 120 120 keys in a day. Obviously it would have to be kind of somewhat balanced.
That is a cool idea. We say about multi-nodes. Multi-node for heroes. How cool would that be? Ben Zen coming in with $2 Australian. Big shout out to you, Ben. Thank you for that. Much appreciated.
Right on, Ben Zen.
Thank you for that. Mucho appreciate.
Cheers.
Yeah, that would be a really cool idea. Multi-node for heroes, making you have to pick one and stick with it, or pay the price.
But no, it would presumably it would be the same as all the other multi-nodes where you could switch your hero, but it would cost you
diamonds,
and you wouldn't be able to switch it once you were in battle. You'd have to choose, wouldn't you?
I like that idea.
Donnie says there was a reason that season 3 was months
3 months long and never happened again. Oh, you're a savage, Donnie. I can dream. Yeah, for sure.
I did actually wonder whether the season that was Heroes was actually going to be like that.
Well, we did have the season. We did have the season of the hero where all 4 heroes were like right there in 3 ER, and you just pick up whatever one you want.
Yeah.
This sounds like a sweet cash cow. Switching heroes sounds like 10,000 diamond season for me. Yeah, I'm up to 1,000 diamonds a switch at the moment.
Not that. So yeah, anything else that people think that's like, what's really good, what people really enjoying at the moment? What are you looking forward to? What are you looking forward to at the moment?
Is that for us or is that for the viewers?
Everybody. Poing with the solo on the slots again, winning 25 million. Or 2.5 million. See? Told you, Poing, you're always getting that solo. You're always winning the slots. And she is always winning the raids, the heists. You two have got it rigged, I'm telling you.
Now, Apex Prey does say that the best part of Boom Beach is the ballerina, Martin. And Pete is also looking forward to the Critter NFTs.
Critter NFTs.
Oh, that's good. You know what? I don't know. I guess I'm just looking forward to whatever
that drops grunts.
I guess I'm just looking forward to whatever new stuff we get this year. I mean, we've already been, told that, something's going to happen. I'm excited to see whatever the heck happens, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I gotta go, guys. Have a nice one. No worries, Nuno. Thank you for coming by, buddy.
Cheers, Nuno.
Catch up later.
Have a great night, Nuno.
Critter NFT will be bidding war. Facts.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens this year. I just don't want another HQ like HQ 25 because just don't bother.
Man, I'm still upgrading. I'm still trying to upgrade all my buildings from the 25 update. No 26 yet. No 26 yet.
Yeah, we don't need another HQ. Content,
I take
please.
it, but it needs to come with something else.
Yeah. I'd much rather have content than more of the same upgrades that we've all done 25 plus times now,
Yeah, true. It's almost like, repetitive.
If a dog can make millions wearing sunglasses, imagine a critter with a cape.
Damn. Sheesh.
Sheesh. If you took the bag that the critter came in, and you were decent with a needle and a thread, you could turn that into a plushy critter cape. I might get the mother-in-law on that.
Do it. Okay, he is gone. Now stop holding back.
Shady Mike has got a good one in the chat there.
My favorite part of Boom Beach is how the content creators keep it appealing for us. Also, keeps moving. And the passion they have for this game, especially BBTFRG and Skull, both helped me massively in the game. Big shout out to you, Shady.
Thank you, Shady.
Thanks, Shady.
And just to touch on that, yeah, man, a big fan of the content creators out there that are doing everything, in their power, doing their part, to keep this game alive. Thank you for, mentioning BBTFRG and myself. Like I said, for me this season, Pete's been, a great mentor for me for Warships this season. So as a boom tuber, as a content creator myself, I can also relate to that. That's awesome, man.
Pete's business have saved my season more than once this season.
Absolutely. Donnie, we'll catch you later, buddy.
Cheers, Donnie.
Alan Austin, new stat tree to increase gunboat damage. We've kind of already got that in way of tribes. Like the tribes do that already. Sometimes.
Yeah, occasionally.
We don't need more HQs. Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I will die on that hill. I do not want to see
maybe Alan Austin's hit on something there. That with 12 statue slots now, maybe there is space for another 1 or 2 different types of statue. I'm not quite sure what they do. I'd need to have a think on that. But
an Intel statue. Dun dun dun. No.
Intel chan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what. Yeah, I don't quite know what it would be. But obviously, 12 offensive statues makes it just ridiculous. Scorchers are if you've got the right
Andrew.
12. Cheers, Andrew. Happy birthday. Yeah, 12 offensive statues makes it ridiculous.
Catch you later, Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, statues again are one of those aspects of the game that have such. I mean, statues that they define your playstyle in Boom Beach. They are everything in Boom Beach. How you play the game and how much fun you have doing it and how effective you are in different aspects of the game all come down to what statues you have. Yeah. I think adding in a couple of different ones like intel chance, spawn chance, all those sorts of things would. I don't know. I think they'd massively screw up the balance of the game in a way. Not so much like intel ones, but
in some crazy twisted way behind the scenes. I think you're right. It just somehow would have some sort of negative effect on not necessarily the game, but just the playing styles.
Yeah, for sure. Something would suffer, and I think it'd be that factor of statues playing such an important role in in your playing style and how you play the game. I think adding in things like intel chance, I think it just dilutes that fact a little bit too much.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's a very good point.
Clash Fan says, I think gunboat damage will be pretty up. I've once destroyed a resource base with only barrage on the HQ. With a barrage damage tributes. Yeah, we've all done it. We've all bought people's HQs and stuff like that. There's a post on Reddit this week of somebody complaining, saying that this is broken because somebody just barted their HQ down, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And there's some weeks when you can just bar War Factory. You don't even need to do troops. You just use GBE for 5 hits. It's done, right?
Sam G in chat, we touched on this earlier about shield generators in Warships.
Yeah.
We don't think it would work because a shield generator is designed to generate a shield around one HQ. Whereas on a warship, you have multiple engine rooms.
I feel like they would have to change the mechanic of the shield gen to work to work for warships.
Yeah, it would then have to be.
Would you have one gen per ER? And in which case, would you have to unlock, for like 60 or 70 ER? Would you need to unlock 6 or 7 nodes for 7 more shield gens, or would it be one shield gen that would shield all of your ERs? And if it's just
or could it work like a damage amplifier where it provides a shield for those within a certain radius?
Maybe. I think that would be the better approach to applying. Yeah. Pete, I would love if they did another warship tournament.
Yeah.
A warships tournament. Yeah.
Oh, they gotta hype it up again, man. Chicken's still, he won that tournament, man. Yeah, they definitely gotta have another one.
That came up on the last stream, and just like the last stream, I would like to point out, Aaron, that I am BBTFRG's dedicated warship player, and as such would expect to be on the bus for that one.
Love it, absolutely love it. And by the way, good job on your warships this season, Martin. I had a lot of fun watching your bullships, man.
Yeah, we're not done yet.
That was bullships.
Yeah, we're going to try and get another one in before the end of the season, aren't we?
Oh, yeah, I hope so, boys. Hope so.
Shield gens would probably put non-IT players off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Especially the ones that like to butt like ERs, because Papucci says, let's say they get you the intel statue. What stops everyone abusing and putting 12 down?
I suppose
that's a fair point.
You've only got to have one guy in the task force with 12 intel. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But then there are ways you could nerf it. Maybe you could only have one statue of that. Like a limitation, like you can only have one masterpiece.
Hypothetically speaking, if they were to implement such a feature, they would have to have limitations on it. 1 max, 2 max, something along the lines of that. If players were putting out 12 potential intel increased statues, that would be game breaking.
People like Flint, Michigan, who love their PSC.
I was just thinking that too. Instead of PSC intel,
yeah. Gavin YT, what's happening, bud? Welcome to the stream.
Hey, what's up, Gavin?
I was just thinking though, that we used to do when it was 10 statues, it kind of made the game a bit more balanced. And now it's 12, like we said earlier, so you drop your C because you close the game, you come back to it. I think when we were talking about best and worst things and what we'd like to see, somebody in chat said about having more defensive to balance off all the offense. I'm trying to find who it was and where it was. But I think that's something that, that's something else that needs massively addressing, is that off it. You know, you've mentioned it, Aaron, about not having to scout and think about attacking main island bases. It really is just drop and go.
Yeah. Papucha says, yeah, there you go, PSE, exactly. Yeah, I think an Intel one would be abused for sure. And you'd end up people going with like 12 Intel statues, and it goes of like, pay me £25 or whatever, and I'll come and live in your house for a week.
Yeah, they would exploit it. They'd find a way.
Yeah, they would. At 10, we all loved to have more, and now that it's 12, we say it's too much. Yeah, I don't think
that also comes back to us.
I don't think it's too much. I think more statues.
It's a lot.
I think more statues is a good thing, but they need to, again, when it comes back to balance. I mean, they seem to think that the game's balanced pretty well at the moment. I mean, I disagree, but it comes back to balance, especially for defenses, because not having to scout and just being able to land 8 boats and just go AFK.
I'd be intrigued to know what would happen if you landed 16 boosted, fully offensively boosted Scorchers against a 12 boosted ice base.
They'd steamroll it.
Well, even if you just force closed?
It depends. It depends on what statues, like how many damage you have on your offensive one, and how many health you'd have on the ice. It becomes a ratio thing, doesn't it? Something in Pang.
Judo Roy has hit the nail on the head.
All things taken into account, it's still a great game. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
The fact that it can provide an hour and 40 minutes worth of just talking about it, I think is testament to that.
Yeah, it is. It's still a great game. It's just got a few bugs now. And those of us who've been playing it the longest are...
We have a Pang sighting in the chat.
We're tired,
How long's he been lurking?
Yeah, what's going on, Pang?
Yes, Papucho. I think we can all agree it's off balance, though.
We got Mr. Pangtastic on call. What's going on, Pang?
I think he's just listening.
Yeah, no, he's got his mic muted.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good there. But yeah, no, just going back to that. 12 statues, is a lot. Drop your Scorchers and force close. You were mentioning about how not scouting bases anymore. Even if I'm using warriors or whatever.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't matter what I'm attacking with. Don't scout. Don't need to.
I don't scout. I drop don't get me wrong. I'm on my Skull Crusher account. I used to maintain about 1100 VP. Now I maintain about 1050 ish. Which sucks because I'm trying to get it back up there. But anyways, there's even some bases that, if they've got shield gens and, I'm dropping, unboosted Scorchers. First off, keep in mind you need 128 gunboat energy to drop your Scorchers. And I don't even get that unboosted. So there's actually been a few occasions where I've dropped my Scorchers and I've just got absolutely wrecked. I think it also comes down to the statues that you have backing up those Scorchers to make a difference.
100%. Patrick says, I give more credit to the community for keeping me playing than the game itself. The only reason why I'm doing this stream right now is because of the community. I barely play Boom anymore at the moment between other life commitments and stuff, and the channel and the group and all the rest of it. I don't get to play Boom very much, but yeah, the community has been like my number one factor for the game. My favorite part of the game for a long time.
Sam G in the chat. But you can play with shield generators placed behind, slowing the attack down. And sorry to bring the topic. Don't ever be sorry for bringing anything up here. That is what we do. This is our forum for discussing ideas, and shield generators could work. Somebody needs to come up with a suggestion for it to be explored and run with, or not, as the case may be. So don't ever be sorry for coming up with ideas.
Yeah, this is Boom Talk. We're here to talk about Boom.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is just us, talking about the game that we love. I mean, anything that we do talk about that is not in-game does not mean that it is going in-game. Ultimately, I mean, it comes down to, the CM, the devs, and, the resources that they have to work on it. This is literally, a community forum where, we're talking about the game that we love.
For sure.
And hate at times.
With equal passion.
Ben says, it's gone again. What if there was a statue that boosted all statues by a percentage? Just a thought. It's an interesting thing. You can have a statue that increases, you know, all of your statue's percentage by like 1 or 2% or something, you know? It's an interesting idea. What's we got? Pang's ordering a takeaway. Wait.
Yeah, I noticed that got Candy's attention.
Yeah, I'll send you my address, Pang. You can have one delivered here if you like. The community is awesome. I am part of the community, therefore I am awesome.
So just to add,
you are awesome, Apex.
I gotta say as well, Martin, just to add on to that logic right there, therefore anybody that is part of this community, you are awesome.
100%.
Yep.
The Boom Beach community. The Boom Beach community is everything with this game. We sort of touched on it earlier when we said about the game being around for 9 years. It's almost a decade. Without the community, it wouldn't be anything. It really wouldn't.
Well, I like that, Tiago. I think that would be pretty cool.
That's an interesting one, Tiago. Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to throw something else out there, and I know we've mentioned this before, but, you know, a pipe dream that I would like to see, aside from the bullet ballerina skin, which will never happen, but I'm going to keep bringing it up.
We will keep banging that drum.
That's too funny right there, but just to touch on that, what Tiago was getting at right there. Oh, Jesus. I literally just lost my train of thought. Okay, no, somebody else take it. It'll come back to me.
He was saying about having statues that that was spoken about with the...
Okay. 2 different flares. I don't know why,
okay.
but a pipe dream of mine I would love to see, this will never happen, you know, no. But I would love to see 2 different flares to control your troops in 2 different ways. Send them, you know, have a blue flare and a red flare that you can split your troops.
Just a hero flare. Have a flare, hero to go a different way.
I don't know. I think it would be fun to have, like, they've got the flare mechanic already, which makes Boom Beach kind of stand out from the other Supercell games. So I think it would be super awesome if they can just kind of play off of the flares and, like you said, give us a hero flare, or maybe we can split our troops up into 2 groups of 4 and 4, and Group 1 follows red flare and Group 2 follows blue flare. I'm talking out my butt here, but you know. I would like to see something like that.
For sure.
Just play with the rocket choppers, mate. They do that automatically.
Yeah, I know, right? Ben says, I think I'll have to join the community. Love the vibe in here. 100% Ben.
Oh, right on, Ben, Zen.
There's links
absolutely.
There's links in the description to all of our socials. Like the Facebook group's then got links to all of Scully's socials and that as well. But maybe Scully can get a link in the chat or something for your Telegram channel if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that now. Thank you.
Yeah. Facebook, Telegram, Discord are the 3 top ones for Boom Beach. They got Reddit as well, but it's a little...
Is Reddit one even good? I've never been on Boom Beach Reddit, man.
It's a little clicky and it's a lot toxic on Reddit, in my opinion. You know, I don't generally mess with Reddit. I post a little bit on there now and again and reply to the odd post, but for the most part, I see nothing but negativity. Like, so I just tend to give it a miss. But
Fair say. Thanks for that.
Who said that? Oh, Christ. Did you read that, Scully?
Which was, sorry, I'm getting my Telegram link. What happened?
Patrick Anderson, just don't ask the community to buy your computer for making videos. And then
making videos. And you're a savage, man. I'm not touching that one, Patrick.
Yeah. Moving on. Swiftly moving on. You asked what was the best part of BB, and the answer has always been the community. We have all waited and held on for something, even if they have said that it will never have to be. Yeah,
Gavin YT, I would love to see heavy choppers once a month to help lower accounts progress faster, as I'm doing with my second account.
Yeah,
that's not a bad idea. Like,
but then
one of the days in between ships finishing and crabs starting, you can have like heavy chopper Wednesday.
Yeah,
heavy chopper Wednesday.
Heavy chopper Wednesday.
It's a dedicated day to help those smaller accounts just push on.
Go get your Taco Tuesday at Taco Bell, and then we got Heavy Chopper Wednesday to follow up, man. That's a great
absolutely.
The whole thing about proto troops is, you know, I expect one of the big appeals for proto troops is that fact that they are so overpowered. Same as for the gunboat abilities, the extra gunboat abilities. They're so overpowered that they do help that those lower level players take out those much higher level players on their maps. I mean, yeah, all right, some of the proto troops are a bit poo, but there are a few that are really strong. Like, look at the heavy chopper, rocket chopper, Shockeneer, Lasertron, Rainmaker. They're all stupidly strong, you know.
There's a couple that suck.
I kicked in $100. Heavy chopper would get boring then, yeah. And if they did add it to the game like full time, they'd have to nerf the crap out of it.
That's exactly why they need to keep them in game for a week, because they're super overpowered, and we would.
Reason.
If you give them to us longer than a week, on the 8th day, we're going to be complaining. Nerf them. They're too overpowered. Give it, the 1 week time frame. The 1 week time frame is great, just like with the other OP proto troops. You know, my biggest issue is, all proto troops should be OP. If we're getting them in game for 1 week and we're making the most of them, and you got troops like the heavy chopper, the rocket chopper, the rainmaker, the lasertron, the MK crittertron, not MK crittertron, the MK critter cannon, and then you give us crappy proto troops like engineer, critter engineer, stunner. Like, come on, don't do that to us, man.
That's
Make all proto troops OP.
We've said on Slack, haven't we, about the proto troops, because they are temporary and they're coming in, they are supposed to be overpowered. They are supposed to be stupidly strong, that makes people want to use them, especially the free-to-play players who don't have instant training. They've got to then spend an hour or whatever waiting for these guys to load for them to be pants. Just sucks. That's a bad player experience, right? Imagine waiting an hour for these new troops to load that you've never used before, but look and sound great, but actually they're just like, what was the point? And then they got to wait for another hour to reload their standard, their everyday troop loadout to actually do their map clearing and stuff. It's just a bad player experience when these temporary troops are pants. They need to be overpowered.
Gavin YT, it takes forever to upgrade, even years to become level with the rest. Did we not max an account in 18, 20 months?
You guys max an account? I think it would take longer now. Yeah, I don't even have a fully maxed account.
It'll take a lot longer now, but yeah, back in the day, you could max,
when it was 20...
You could,
2 years.
You could max an account in about 16 months.
When it was
Washbrook coming in with a £1 super chat. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you very much, Ben. Much appreciated.
Hey, big shout out to Remy.
Big shout out to you, Ben. Thanks for that, Ben.
Yeah. Maybe in the first, few years of playing Boom Beach, maybe it took that time. But I think if you were starting an account from scratch, like now, I mean, just to get the resources to upgrade a max level landing craft, yet alone almost any max level building, it's a lot, man. It might even be double the amount of time now. Maybe 4 years to max an account.
What I might do? I might start a new account this evening, just for that very purpose. No.
Have you got time to play it? Have you got time to play it properly, though? As soon as an upgrade
10 to 15 minutes. Set 10 to 15 minutes aside a day. Commit a time every time, the same time every day to play, because it's you will forget it. It will fall behind.
I've got one at the moment I'm working on.
The other 7 have.
I've got one at the moment I'm working on.
How many counts do you have? 7?
Who, me?
No, I heard Martin. How many counts did you say you had?
I've got 7 accounts.
Okay, I got 6. Okay, damn, you got one more than me. But I don't even play 6. Like, I've got 6 accounts. 4 of them are somewhat active, and 2 of them... No, sorry, 4 of them are active, 3 of them I play, 2 of them I push warships.
I've got 5 that literally sit in my holding task force that I use to dump intel, and then I've got Bull that is my full-time account, and then I kind of alternate between Donkey and Raccoon at the moment.
Yeah, that's actually really common. A lot of people will have like the parking TF to keep all their stagnant and just chill accounts.
Yeah, 100%. I'm working on a new account at the moment. I've got it's just turned HQ 12, but it's got no defenses and no production buildings. So it's literally just it only like progresses if I play it, and which I don't do very often. But
you know what's funny? Uplift though, it could be worse, man. It could be like Clash of Clans, bro.
Oh, I know. Like 14,
2 weeks,
19 days for a single upgrade,
So
what? No.
It could always be worse. It sucks, but it could always be worse.
Definitely.
No, it's not Apex.
Yeah, I thought so. HQ 22 was 20 months if you didn't speed up with diamonds and upgrades. So that's come from Pang.
Uplift says, I know Nuno said it before that they made it easier to progress, but I think it's ridiculous the time it takes to max an account. Yeah and no. In terms of longevity for the game, the longer it takes to max out is both a blessing and a curse, because people want to get to max level and be max level. I mean, players like me, I absolutely hate doing upgrades. I hate having to grind resources to do upgrades, all that kind of stuff. I hated it. Being max level, I much more preferred that. But I see what you're saying. Moving the finish line away from like where you're starting, then yeah, that kind of sucks a little bit, especially with the players who are in the middle, you know, the players who are already HQ 22 and they're thinking, right, I'm getting close, but here's to HQ 23, and then I'm getting close, and HQ 24, you know. But yeah, that's what I don't think HQs are the way to go, but
I just want to touch on Papucho's comment right there where he says, why are you guys saying proto troops are overpowered? Make the game harder, work on it. The reason why we're saying make all the proto troops OP, overpowered, Papucho, is just to essentially give more incentivized reasons for players to use them.
Yeah, make it worth using.
Half of our proto troops are OP and the other half are not, you know.
Yeah, some of them just to give pants, just
to give an example, you know, when the stunner was in the game, I didn't use the damn thing once. You know, if the thing was actually strong or, you know, had a better mechanic, I think the mechanic was okay. Maybe it was just the fact that it was a weak troop. You know, proto troops are meant to be, you know, in game for a very small period of time. You know, there was this one discussion, I'm just trying to remember where it was had, where a big point was, you know, just make them overpowered to essentially make players want to use them, keep them in game for a very limited amount of time. And essentially that's how to get the best use out of the proto troops there. You know, can you imagine, you know, having Rocket Chopper this week and let's say next month we get, you know, the Critter Engineer? No, I will not use the Critter Engineer. So anyways, that's just like the mindset and the thinking behind that.
I just want to point something out now for Benzen mainly. Apex Prey earlier said more than one account is cheating. Angry face.
He was trolling. Yeah, he was trolling.
Yeah. But what I wanted to point out to Benzen, because he said about joining the community, is that's a lot of that goes on in this community. There's a lot of kind of like middle-aged bloke banter, a lot of trolling, a lot of kind of Mickey taking, and that's as you kind of get ensconced in the community and you get to kind of know the people, know the names and know what they're like, you'll kind of come to realize that, and yeah, again, it's that community that sort of that keeps us going.
Yeah, it's a banter between friends, isn't
it? Yeah.
Cody just nailed it. I've been playing on my Captain Borealis account for literally 7.5 years. I still don't have a 42% GBE, bro. It's I feel
chasing those perfect statues. Oh, I don't miss that.
Sorry, I don't know what you're on about.
Yeah,
Cody's...
Martin, what do you do with Martin? We need to take a moment, chat. You know what's coming, chat. Martin, we need to take a moment of silence. A moment of silence for Martin's fallen 32. No, it's 30% troop damage statue. Just take a moment, chat. Don't boom at work. Isn't that right, Martin?
Yeah, don't boom at work. I honestly thought we were going to get the gift then, the Homer Simpson gift.
I don't have it on here. That was on my old build, wasn't it?
Oh, was
I can probably find it though. Yeah, no, I might put that back on actually. For the guys who don't know, Martin cooked a 32% red statue and quickly ran off to go and crush his.
I was so excited when I opened up the sculptor and saw this 32. Yes, I've done it. Yes.
Yeah, he's done it all right. He cooked a 32 red, got overexcited, and prematurely crushed his 30% troop damage statue.
This is why, if you guys get in the habit of just turning your sculptor for the purpose of getting crystals, for the purpose of getting power powder, always take an extra second to take that look to see what the statue is, because just like Martin as well there, the amount of 17% GBEs that I've claimed without thinking, because I've just gone back to the sculptor, I've salvaged it, and then that split second of peripheral picking up on the fact that I've just reclaimed a 17% GBE. Those are the ones I like to store in my statue storage. Yeah. So, pause. Make sure you see what it is, then salvage it.
Literally, I crushed this 31 TD. I went and got the 32 out of the sculptor, went to put it on my map, and it came back and said you can't have more than one masterpiece of the same type. And that was the point my heart sank. Not only because, obviously, it wasn't a but I had crushed my 31 TD. Oh.
to put out a 32 troop health that he already had out.
Oh, that
You know
was
what,
my
It didn't even improve your troop health, did it? Because your troop health was 33, wasn't it?
35. 35 is the best you can get for T. I've got a 35% TH masterpiece on Skull Crusher. I will never get rid of that.
Big noob, chat, and don't do that. So
it took about 4 or 5 months to get a 31 back again. I was operating with a 23 TD for ages.
I remember as well, after you did that, the trader come round for about 3 or 4 weeks afterwards, constantly bringing the red crystals, the red crystals trade.
Like she knew.
We had that like 4 or 5 weeks on the trot, and not once did you get anywhere close to it. It was brilliant. I love that. Every single week, it was brilliant.
And to this day, I still haven't cooked a 32 on my main account.
No,
Pat, I've had the PSC before. I've done the PSC days before.
yeah.
6 or 7 or 9 or 10 or
that right there is a classic example of the kind of thing you find in the community. Lots of little stories and things like that in the community. Where people have been playing together for so long, people have got these stories and these experiences, but are part of Boom, which is what makes Boom great. You know, I think that's why a lot of us are still here. That's why I'm still here.
Yeah. I mean, if it was just me playing the game, I don't know. That's hard to say, man.
I probably wouldn't be.
You know, the people that I've met, through YouTube, through Telegram, through Discord, through all the different task forces, ultimately coming back to Boom Beach. I know all these people because of Boom Beach.
Oh,
but would I be playing Boom Beach if I didn't know all these people?
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
No, Ashley O.
Ashley O, I think Tops Martins, Ewan. How do you do that?
Destroy the unicorn.
How do you do that? It gives you a warning before you crush it. It gives you a 3-second countdown. You must have clicked it twice.
Oh, can you imagine?
I keep a max GB in storage for 8 months so I could go 9 TD with 3 troop health when we had 250% GBE bonus on Crab. Nice. I actually went 11 TD on one of my accounts. That was a lot of fun.
I was overexcited.
When you used to, I don't think you do your Mega Crab streams as much anymore, but I remember watching your Icebreaker streams, man. Freaking stacked with the troop damage.
Yeah. Patrick,
I remember Leo destroying
PSE
all his statues.
Yeah. Patrick says you just need 1 PSE masterpiece to get perfect statues, not power stones. You don't actually need any PSE statues in Boom Beach anymore. There's just so many places to get powder and stones and statues from already. That
it used to be back in the day.
PSE used to be a legit strategy, but you just
there used to be a YouTuber boomtuber called Ryan, PSC Life, and I think a lot of people will remember that name, and that's what that guy's channel was dedicated to, the PSC Life, baby.
So getting stones for powder and stones for statues and all that.
Like Flint, Michigan Gaming would probably be the closest person.
He'd have taken that torch, wouldn't he? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. He actually has a PSC account where he uploads content where he map clears with, I think it's like 10, 11, or 12. It's a lot of Power Stone chance.
I don't know.
It's a lot.
Ben says, can I join a good task force here? Need that last star. Like I said, again, on our Facebook group, we've got like 14,000 members. You definitely find a task force in there, bud. I remember Leo destroying all of his statues in Rage.
Yeah.
I remember reading about that. I agree.
P-Trick, what's happening, bud? Welcome to the stream. I remember when I was trying to get a 30%, 35 troop health, I destroyed like 4 or 5 32 TD statues. In the meantime, it was like so heartbreaking. Do you know what?
Could have given me one. Could have sent one. No wonder I haven't been getting any. Mr. Petrick's been getting them all.
Some people honestly do have really good luck when it comes to rolling statues, and others abysmally just suck at it.
My baby account's got 1% off max on all of it.
My dynamic donkey account. My dynamic donkey account, the first 3 statues, the first masterpiece I rolled, the first purple masterpiece was a 41 GBE.
Yeah, same
the next 2 guardians were 17s.
Wow.
It's not hard to roll a 17. I'm just saying, like, that's probably one of the easier of like the more perfect statues to roll. I think a 13% TD, a 14% TH, a 42% GBE, and any of the high 30s TH MPs are stupid hard to roll. And then again, those are the ones that I'm looking for. I only want high troop damage, high troop health, but I've got a 35, so I really don't need it anymore. But I still like to hold the occasional 14% Guardian for the purpose of swapping out for Mega Crab.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's easy to trade a 17 GBE for a 14 TH and then roll another 17. You just got to make sure you don't salvage and crush your 17s.
Yeah.
Falco says, I played Boom Beach alone since the beginning, and then quit playing because I was bored. About 2 years later, I decided to try it again, found this community, and I will never quit playing again. Big thanks to everyone in this community. Big shout out to you, Falco.
Amen, Falco.
Amen to that.
I think most of us have got a story along those sort of lines.
Thank you, Ryan. I'm very lucky myself. Yeah, that's what I mean. I've been really lucky. I've got a 41 GBE and a 31 TD on my single sniper account already. I was going to read a comment. I've lost it. No, it's gone.
Exactly, Remy. Exactly. It was a lot.
Ben, Skull, remember last Crab, how many statues did you go through trying to get 14% troop out?
I honestly think I burned about 300 diamonds before I didn't even get a 14. I think I got a 13.
Do you know what, when I was crab pushing, I used to save all of my red shards, obviously for statue changes and whatnot. But I always, if I finished crab with more troop health than I started with, because change and whatnot, I always managed to reset my statue format to what I started with, and then still had enough shards to cook.
Woo! New member alert! Yeah. New member.
Hey, big up Benzen. Welcome to the channel.
Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
Yeah, welcome to the club, buddy. Big shout out to you. You get to flex that badge out to your name and get access to these awesome stickers in the live chat as well. So you can spam them. Is that all of them? No.
Spam the ballerina. Benzen, have you seen the ballerina video?
This one right here, Benzen. This is the one. This is the one you want to spam. Oh, Petrick just became
joining the club as well. I might be able to add some new stickers soon.
Petrick.
You know what? I told you this, Aaron. You got to get at least like 1 or 2 frontline stickers, man.
Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah.
You do have people that do a piece to those emojis. I mean, I would love to spam. I would love to spam one. But I mean, I'm not. This is what I want to see for Bullet. What you guys are seeing on screen right now, this is exactly what I want to see for Bullet.
This is me in my costume that the boys got me for my birthday last year.
He's got his own ballerina sticker in the chat.
That is absolutely hilarious, and that's exactly what I want the skin to look like. Like it's like a picture perfect image.
It would be brilliant, wouldn't it?
Well, if it ever, I know it's never going to happen, but if it ever happens,
somebody needs to Photoshop it.
At least we can say Martin was the reasoning behind it, and we all just pushed it like crazy.
We need to Photoshop it.
I would absolutely. That would make my that would make my
100% Polly. That's going to happen too.
Man, absolutely.
Yeah, big shout out to you guys joining the channel.
Career, if that were to happen.
Thank you guys for joining the channel members. It helps, it's appreciated, and we might be able to add some new stickers with a couple more new members. You've got to have so many members before you can unlock new stickers.
Mr. Poing brings up a very, very good point.
Yeah, it's a Boom Talk stream, boys. Keep on topic.
Can't wait for Scuddy to do Nitro Gummy. This is a good point. Point. It's been forgotten about.
It has until now, you buggers. Yeah, no, Poing. All right. If you're gonna bring it up, yeah, no, I've been the biggest. You fill in the blank when it comes to it. It's still on my shelf, man. Just I'm looking at it right now. To be honest.
Both me and Martin will agree. Don't do it.
When you're ready to do it, Scully,
don't do it.
Let me know, and I will I'll give you the tips and advice that I think is required.
Mate, Martin did like a week's worth of research, and he came with like this huge game plan of what he's going to do to win the challenge.
He's smart, man. It's a nitro. Got me 900 times harder than a jalapeno. Okay, that's some serious business.
Yeah, it is nasty.
What did I do? 7 minutes, something.
Was it? I can't remember. Something like
I
that.
think it was 7 minutes something.
I can't remember
7:14.
exactly.
I can't remember either, but yeah,
you handled it. You handled it like a champ, man. You made Aaron and beast mode.
Yeah, and then he suffered for 48 hours.
You handled it like a champ, buddy.
You should have seen our admin chat for the next 48 hours.
Yeah, it was.
I bet.
Yeah,
And
it
I
was
wouldn't have
colourful.
expected anything
It was
else.
colourful.
Anyways, Pong, eventually, man, eventually.
Ben Zen, I'll be waiting for my ballerina uniform in the mail. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, we
Kay, you look
replaced
so
the
ill. Kay was there, yeah. What's going on, Kay? We haven't seen you around these parts for a while. I know you've been in the chat tonight. I've seen you, but
Yeah,
we haven't
I've
you
seen
around-
Kay's name in the chat.
Yeah.
We haven't seen you around these parts for a while. Enjoying your gambling tonight? You can't
We
just
are
swallow it because
replacing
it'll bring.
Beast, aren't we?
You need to
I think
chill
we're
out.
going to...
Go on.
What happens? What happens if you just swallow it?
It'd probably go off like a nuclear bomb in your stomach.
You will
I
end
wouldn't
up with
recommend it.
chronic stomachache. Scully, I remember when I was a commie chef,
Yeah.
the boys in the kitchen challenged me to eat a entire green chili.
What were the
It's
skull
got-
units on it, or whatever the heating thing is called on it? I'm assuming it was a hot pepper.
Yeah, it was like a hot chili pepper.
Scoville's, that's what it's called, sir.
And so I was like, yeah, I got together like 20 quid, and this was sort of like 30, 40 years ago, you know, it was like a day's wages for me back then.
Oh, heck
So I
yeah.
was like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. So I just chucked this thing in my mouth, bit it once and swallowed it.
Uh-oh.
Like, there you go, job done. Easy. 2 hours later, I was sat out in the courtyard with the worst stomach ache you ever. As the thing kind of digested in my stomach and gave
Your
off all
colon
its
will say
acid.
thank you.
Are you supposed to literally just like, do you bite it and chew it? Do you just like let it melt in your mouth? Because I know
chew
like
it
the
up.
longer it sits on your tongue, man, the more your taste buds are going to get the heat.
Yeah, you
What,
need to chew
the
it up.
gummy,
Chew it up.
I
yeah, it's alright.
I was just sucking it.
All right, well, you know what? I didn't want to say that, but okay. All right, I figured.
Yeah, pretend to chew
Yeah.
it. Pretend to chew it. Yeah.
Anyways, and you know what? I'll definitely talk more later about it because I mean I'll do it
Yeah.
sooner than later. But we don't need to keep talking about it on Boom Talk here.
Yeah. I think we're pretty much done for Boom Talk. We can just sit and chat rubbish.
Yeah, there's a lot of gambling coming through now.
Yeah,
No,
gamblers. All the gamblers.
The
are always in
rating
the chat.
the rating party has begun, and if you guys are rating and Candy's rating, watch out, man. Either you stick with her or you're dead.
Is there anything anybody else would like to add, like to ask?
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to
before we
chat Boom
sort of
about?
draw it to a close?
Just give it a quick rundown what's going on. We've got more Boom Talk coming up very soon. We're going to be doing a Warships only specific one to celebrate 30 seasons.
That's crazy, man. 30 seasons, jeez.
30
I
seasons.
2
know.
years of Warships, boys. 2 years of Warships.
Yeah, we're going to be doing that one soon. Should I leave my job that I've been at for 20 years for a new job? Yeah, hell yeah.
That sounds like its own stream,
Do it,
Fez, man.
Fez. Just do it.
If it'll make you happier and, you know, it's not going to screw over any financials,
Change is good.
absolutely.
Do it. So yeah, we've got that one coming up. We're going to be doing a 9 years of Boom Beach, where we're going to look at all the previous updates. We're going to compare the game from like when it very first started to what it is today. We're going to talk about the updates that all happened in that sort of time. We're going to be doing that one around the birthday for Boom Beach, which is March. So that's what's coming up.
Apex.
Anderson, I'm trying to make a bullet in the ballerina costume. Hold, please.
They've got that going on. Obviously, we're going to be streaming every Tuesday, Friday. Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays we'll be streaming. But
Don't forget, we've got our fun up tomorrow.
Yeah, we got fun up tomorrow. We got a heavy chopper fun up tomorrow, which is going to be awesome.
Yeah, you guys definitely want to. You guys want to make sure you're definitely there for that one. It's heavy
guys-
chopper fun up.
If you guys want to take part in the heavy chopper fun up, you can sign up and like reserve your place in the task force in our fun up channel on Telegram, or you can just rock up in the task force if there's a space. You can just join when the stream goes live. That's fine. That's tomorrow, so let's see for that one. Don't forget to leave that like and subscribe. Check out our Patreon. Some cool stuff going on there. Channel members, big shout out to you. Dono guys, big shout out to you. Thank you everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out.
Only me wants in.
Only me one's in. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Shady Mike, I'm thinking of a Boom Beach tattoo. Any suggestions?
Go big or go home. Fez, is the new job going to definitely be there 20 years from now? Is it more or enough money? Yeah, that's a fair point. Fortunately, I'll be working with our tuning. Yeah, that's cool. No worries. Ryan J, thumbs up. Cheers, bro. So, yeah,
Ben's then asking about Frontlines World release. Was it second quarter?
Yeah, Q2 of 2022. That's all we know at the moment. That's literally all they've said.
You know, just think about it like this: like they're in no rush to make it global because they want to make sure that the game is good. You know.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, like we were saying earlier about they launched Warships before it was ready.
They launched Warships too early. Yeah, if they should have taken the time a little bit more.
Frontlines are going to take their time, and they are going to make sure it's
perfect
before they
or at least to the best of the ability.
Yeah. So Q2 is March. Yeah, March, April sort of time, I would think. But
January, February, March, April, May, June is in
April, May, June.
Q2?
Yeah, don't quote us on it because that's literally just us guessing. We don't actually know anything, so you know how it is. But yeah,
I mean, keep in mind if you live outside of the countries that it's not available, you can use a VPN.
there's multiple ways you can download and play right now. You can
BBTFRG does have a video on it. You know, so does OpDestroy. So if you guys are curious.
You can create a burner email and change the country and download it from the Canadian store, or you can just sign up for early access and Space 8 will send you a download link to your email.
And I know this all sounds sketchy, but it is all legit.
Yeah, it's all legit.
This is how you have to play if you're not in a country that it's available in.
Yeah. I've got Candy's got an account, our boys got an account, all through early access links and stuff. So it's all legit, it all works.
Yeah, mine's through early access.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want that, I'll put the link in the chat for you to say.
Ooh, Candy, see you on Everdale, okay?
Pang, you need to answer Polly's question, whatever Polly's question is.
Polly just asked, Q2, no, that's not it. Oh, question for Pang. Are buses better than Zookas? Come on. Give us your motivational team talk.
Hashtag Frontline sucks. I bet
Who
Frontline
said that? Oh, it's Tiago. It's not bad, bro. It's not bad.
I did try a VPN, was unsuccessful. Yeah, you don't need to use VPNs. You can just change your country or sign up for early access. Anyway, let me find the link for you.
And just so everybody knows, Apex still blames chicken.
There you go. That's the link in the chat right now. Hit that link, fill it in. Make sure you use your Google Play account email address or your Play Store email address because if you don't, it won't work. So,
Gavin, I'm not going to be going live right after Aaron, and even when I do go live later today, unfortunately, I'm sorry to let you guys down. It's not going to be a Warship stream. It's going to be a Frontline stream. But that's going to be later. That's going to be probably about another 3 or 4 hours, about 9 or 10 p.m.
I'm going to be sleeping because
we got to rock a few hours before bed.
Got to be up over the school and. Yeah, no worries, Ben. Like I said, come and hang out on Facebook and all that, yeah. BBTFRG on Facebook is huge. Really active.
It's massive, guys. Number one Boom Beach group on Facebook. Definitely go check out BBTFRG on Facebook.
We got thousands of active players who are all great peeps. There aren't many idiots, but there's a few of them on Telegram as we found out this week, but hey ho. Anyway, guys. Boo, I'll be there. Yeah, but anyway, guys, like I said, that is it for tonight. That's it for tonight.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to the Dono guys. Thank you to the new channel members. You guys rock. Thanks, Scully, for co-hosting again.
Thank you, BBTFRG. Aaron Martin, still love you. Beast Mode as well.
Just very quickly, Patrick Anderson has sent you the bullet picture on Telegram, Scully. We need to see this.
I'm going to check it right after the stream. I got my phone on the table charging right now. I got to get up off my chair to get it.
Send that to me as well, Patrick.
Yeah. And honestly, thank you guys, the viewers, honestly, for enjoying Boom Talk, for coming back, for putting up with our banter, for giving us, your feedback, your experience, your stories. This is a lot of fun for us doing Boom Talk. So I'm happy you guys are enjoying it as well.
You couldn't do it without you guys, though.
I'm sorry, Blazed. Yeah, seriously, guys. Thank you for enjoying
everyone.
it.
What's happening just in time for us to wrap up? There's always somebody there's always one person who racks up in the. Our fun up channel go at at BBTFRG. That will give you our fun up channel. Just chuck it in there, I'll see it. But yeah, guys, like I said, that's it for tonight. We will see you tomorrow for our heavy chopper fun up, which is going to be absolutely lit as always. If you guys want to get involved in that, you can sign up in the BBTFRG fun ops channel on Telegram. That's at BBTFRG. Or yeah, you can just join tomorrow if there's spaces. So it's all goody, whichever way you want to do it. But that's it for tonight, guys. Peace.
Peace.